this at home because you like, what the hell is you doing? Gypsy, I'm about to tell you what I'm doing. So I started a live, but because I'm slow like that, my orientation was incorrect. We were trying to correct it during the live, but it wasn't working. So I had to stop it and start it over again. So that's what I'm doing. That's why it's two thumbnails with the same damn thumbnail picture on it, y'all. So I'm just explaining this part for the people who are going to be watching this later and they're like, why you got a 5-minute video? With it, cause I should just take that one down, right? I should just delete the first part that was messed up. I will. I'll do that eventually. Okay, so then we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so never mind my disclaimer. So whatevs. All right, let me turn this thing back around. So now the orientation should be correct. And then we're going to turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. Okay, we turned it around. Y'all, why don't be acting surprised? I know every time y'all come in my on my lives, it's always technical difficulties, and when it's not, then that's when you should be worried. You should be like, what's going on? Gypsy, is somebody holding you hostage over there? Blink twice if you need help. That's what you need to be doing when you are like, there's no problems. There's no problems over there. What's happening? Hi, Mr. Galaxy. Tevin said, I'm currently trying to get another job, but this time it's going to be at our new Roses. They're about to open in my neighborhood. Yo, I swear, I got a funny story to tell you about Roses. I just got to show up tomorrow with my social security card. Okay, way to go. For you to have, would you trying to get a whole, like a second job, or are you trying to replace the one you got right now with Roses? Which one is it? Dang, I wish they had Roses out here. They really don't, though. Yo, Roses be having some real good finds for adults sometimes, low-key. Like, you just unexpectedly go through the toy aisles and you be like, oh, what is you doing here? Let me tell you this funny story about Roses, okay? So, when we lived in Carolina, there was a time when Adonis was looking for work at like some kind of retail place or whatever. He didn't want to do something where he has to like use his body all the time to work. So he decided he was going to try his hand at something retail, right? So he's going to all these different places trying to apply, but when he would walk through the door, you could just sense that the people who were working there were intimidated because just the way Adonis carries himself, it's not what you normally see from a black man, right? And you black men, you know what I'm talking about. Just his whole demeanor was very like intimidating because he's always dressed in like button-up shirts. He'll just wear a tie. Like, he's not going nowhere. He's just going down the street, but that's just his normal attire. He just likes to dress that way. He's comfortable like that. So he's all dressed up, I guess. They think he's dressed up, but he's not really dressed up. And then he goes into these different shops. They were like, you know, electronic stores and things like that. He looks like a manager when he walks into the place, right? So the people who are working there, and this is in the South, y'all, they already have issues as far as like racial tensions, but then on top of that, this guy's coming in there, hey Blake, coming in there looking like he about to take the whole place over, and then he opens his mouth and he has a huge vocabulary. He's very articulate, so you could tell he's smart. Yo, they had 4 hiring signs out on the door, like on posted, but then when he would go in there and ask them for jobs, they would act like they already filled the position, or they'd say, oh, we don't know if it's still available. Or they'd say, oh, we already have a bunch of applicants right now. We're still going through interviews. They'd keep giving him these excuses to basically like make him leave, right? So he was getting frustrated, and I was like, listen, I know you don't want to believe this is true, but it has been my experience that when people realize how smart I really am, they just, I don't know, they just insecure, right? And these are jobs where they're like, they're not jobs where you need a lot of expertise to be able to do those jobs. So of course the people who are there are gonna get intimidated when they see you because they're like, she needs an outfit change. So I'm gonna look through some of the stuff that I have to show you guys to see if I can give her an outfit change. We can pick out an outfit for her. But yeah, so he's like, I said to him, I said, Adonis, I know you hate that this is true, but I promise you, I said, if you play dumb, do not let people see how smart you actually are. I'm like, don't go in there dressed the way you normally dress. I know this sounds so crazy, you guys. I said, don't go in there dressed like you trying to go into an interview. Go in there looking like a bum. I said, you got to look like somebody who needs a job that they would believe would work at these places and play their role, that will just play their position. You can't look like you won't have ideas. You gotta look like you're just gonna take orders. If you don't look like that or act like that, they're not gonna give you a job. So he was pissed when I said this to him, because he's the type of person that's like, again, you black men know what I'm talking about. And black women, y'all know what I'm talking about. In America, it's very commonplace and within the black culture for us to tell each other that you have to prove yourself 3 and 4 times more than everyone else to get the same opportunities. So we just tell each other this and we live this way. You understand what I'm saying? Black excellence, like that's a thing, right? And Adonis been moving like this his whole life. But I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I know as much as we want that to be true, that doesn't apply in all situations. Sometimes you have to play dumb. Sometimes you gotta look like you ignorant in order for people to just be at ease around you, because it makes them uncomfortable when they're like, oh, this person has potential. I'm mediocre. I don't want this person with potential around me, because they're going to take my position. You feel me? People are insecure. So I was like, I know you don't want that to be true, but it is what it is. I promise you. As soon as I said this to him, we had stopped at our Roses, because I was like, oh, let's go in here and look for some dolls, right? So we all get out the car. I see him go off and start talking to some woman that's working in there. It's like a white woman, and she was a manager, I guess. And he's saying something to her, and then they like went off by themselves. So I'm just in there shopping, looking around. And then as I'm in the line getting ready to check out. Adonis and I didn't talk to each other while we were inside the store, so nobody knew we were together. He just walked right past me and went out to the car like he didn't know me, right? So, and me and him do this all the time. We'll like be doing social experiments, and we'll just act like we don't know each other while we're out in the same place, when we'll observe what the other person is doing, and like afterwards we'll have a discussion about it, right? So we get in the car. He looks at me and he says, no, actually, before we get in the car, when I'm still inside the store, as I'm checking out, the white lady he was talking to, she comes up to the counter and she's talking to the woman who is ringing me up. That woman's a black lady, the one who's ringing me up. The woman who's talking to her is a white lady, right? She says to her, oh my God, I just met someone who, I really like him. Like, I've never seen someone beg me for a job before. Oh my gosh, I really like him. Yeah, he's going to be starting soon. And then she like walked off. I knew she was talking about Adonis when she said it, right? So then I get in the car. I'm like, yo, what happened? He looks pissed. He looks like really angry. And he's just looking at me, shaking his head. He looked like he was going to cry. I was like, what's wrong? And he was like, I got the job. I said, why do you look like you mad? He said, oh my God, I hate it that what you said was true. I said, what are you talking about? He said, I went in there. I didn't just play dumb. I acted like I straight up had like freaking, what do you call it when you have Down syndrome? He said, I straight up was just stuttering, just acting like I couldn't remember my own name. I was like, yeah, I'm in here. I'm trying to find I need to, just stuttering. And the lady was like, you need a job? And he was like, yeah. Yeah, that's what my mom told me to come here and check. And she was like, oh, we're hiring. Yeah, no problem. You need to fill out an application? And he was like, yeah, but man, I'm not good at reading. And then she was like, don't worry, I'll help you. She pulls him into the back room. Not only did this lady fill out the entire application for him, she actually answered all the questions on, you know how they have like a personality test questionnaire kind of a thing that you take when you apply to some jobs? She filled the whole thing out for him. And like just answered all the questions the way that you have to answer it in order to actually pass it, right? And she literally hired him on the spot. And he was like, you don't understand. Like, Gypsy, I really went in there and dumbed myself down 700%. I'm so angry that this lady hired me with no problem, right? Meanwhile, just the day before, when he was all dressed up and looking all dapper and going into these places asking for jobs and talking like he had some sense, they looking at him like he crazy. Hey. And that was Roses, right? Where that happened at. So every time I think of Roses, I think of that incident because it was ridiculous, you guys. So ridiculous. And I really had to like console him because he was depressed that he had that experience. And I was like, bro, welcome to America. It is what it is.
It was a wake-up call because as a black man, as a black person, you're told get your education.
That's what I was telling them.
Everyone needs to know you're smart. And that's bullcrap.
It
if
is.
People know you're smart, they're going to try to sabotage you. It's just like if girls know you're pretty, girls know you got prettier dolls, they're going to like not let you play with their dolls. You know, but if you got a bunch of ugly dolls, then they're like, oh, you can come on and join us, Tabitha. Come over here with your hand-me-down dolls that you got from the thrift store.
Like,
oh,
these dolls, I'm about to show them right now.
Oh, your dolls are, You want one of my dolls?
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I've got so many. My mom buys me them every week. Would you like one?
Blake said, I'm sorry. If I go into a job, I'm going to act like I know, because I know. I'm going to be honest, but I'm not dumbing myself down for nobody. And that's exactly what Adonis said to me. That's exactly what his friends had been saying to him when he told him that story, because he has a friend who's very, very, like, pro-black, very smart. Like, his brother is like a actual bona fide real genius, not like people just saying he's a real genius.
Hold on. So I told that friend that story, and I was like, yeah, man, I was mad as hell. He was like, I know, man. I would be angry too. You was mad because you had to go in there and tap dance. I said, nah, man, I'm mad because I could have did this sooner. I'd have been running the motherfucker.
Well, that's a blessing, Blake, that you've been able to get jobs because you were actually qualified for. And that's what we want, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that everywhere. It's just not like that everywhere. It depends on where you are in the United States. But some places, some environments, it's not the right environment for people to be showing their intelligence. Certain demographics of people. And I have to do this too. Like when I go to work, a lot of the places where I end up working, hi BBs, I be getting so much hate from the women when they realize how smart I actually am, because I'm very good at like picking up new things. Almost every job that I've had, I never had any experience going in, but I have confidence when I'm at the interview. When they ask me like, what's your weakness? I never tell them something negative. I always tell them my weakness is how quickly I learn things. So I can never like have any downtime because I'm always picking up something new to try to learn something else. And it's just sometimes it gets overwhelming because I need to slow myself down. That's how I end up getting a lot of the jobs that I end up getting, even though I'm not qualified at all. And then when I get there, I prove it. I actually pick up the skills and learn what I'm doing and more, right? But the problem is when I be working with people who are on the same level as me, position-wise, they start getting salty because they're like, why is she learning all of this stuff so fast? And I speak a bunch of different languages so I can connect with the customers a lot easier than some people who, they don't really have a connection to different cultures. So the diversity aspect is there, and it's like, they be getting butt hurt, y'all. They be trying to sabotage me, and it's like a whole headache. And sometimes managers do it to me too. They think I want to like move up the ladder and take over. I don't care about that job. It ain't nothing. I'm just here to do my job and go home. It's just I'm a kind of person that holds myself to a standard, so I'm gonna do a good job while I'm here. But it's not that serious. You understand what I'm saying? BB said I ended up getting a deal last week. Yo, I saw Tevin saying that it was a Walmart had her on sale for like $17. Oh my god, when was that? And is it still on sale? Because y'all, if it was really on sale like that, I hope some of you guys caught her while she was on sale. Maybe 2 or 3 of her even, because the original price for her is like $45. It's getting real close to the holidays. I can't even believe that they would have that doll on sale like that. But maybe they got backstock and they're trying to get rid of them because they be playing too many games with these these websites. They be acting like they want to sell stuff, then they be holding back and don't sell it, and you're like, are you trying to sell it or not? Anyway, you got yours on eBay? Okay. Yeah, well, I'm sure she was worth it. And I put mine onto just a default Barbie's skin tone made to move body. So if you're looking for body donors, any of those should work for you. She's not on sale now. Oh, that sucks. Oh my goodness. I wish I would have caught her when she was on sale. I have one spare that I'm contemplating doing like a custom on, but I can't make up my mind yet. I don't know. So she's still trapped in the box. But I'm okay with this one for now because she's my baby. I would have been okay if I couldn't get a second one. I wasn't gonna cry about it, but I didn't even get it because I necessarily wanted it. I was trying to see if I could even add it to the cart or if it was a fluke. Because sometimes when I go on Walmart, it'll say something is available. Then I try to add it to my cart and it won't let me check it out. So I was just trying to see if it would work, and then it did. So that's how I ended up with it. I was testing it out for a friend. Okay, so Tevin said, Burlington have some on sale for $14.99. Burlington had what on sale? Wait a minute. What? Oh, they canceled your order and refunded you? See, that's what I'm saying. Be playing games. Burlington had what on sale? Not O'Deal. They had O'Deal at Burlington? Are you sure? Galaxy said got a second O'Deal you in box on Walmart. You can sometimes catch them at retail price online. Yeah, that's what I did. BB said right now mine is staying on her original body. Okay, that's what's up. Her original body is like a model muse. It's a nice body. She like the way that those dolls come, the holiday dolls, they're pretty for display. I just don't be leaving my main dolls, I guess you can call them, the dolls that I really like. I don't like to leave them on their original bodies because I know I'm gonna do stuff like this. I'm gonna like pose them and do different things with them, so I like to rebody them. Tell me to the redhead holiday Barbie. Yes, but I didn't check my local Wait, like inside the store? How did I end up with that doll in Burlington? You about to send me on a doll hunt. Stop playing with me now. Stop playing with me now. Okay, so here's what I found at the thrift store. Let's start with the dolls, and I'll show you some of the clothing and accessories that I found, which I could not believe, you guys. When you guys see what I found for the price that I found it, you're going to be like, how? I got to find a belly button body match for her. Yeah, if you need a body for that doll, just like this, just a regular Barbie, whatever her normal skin tone is, that should be the best match for her, whatever kind of body you're looking for. So I found this doll. This is, what do you call these things? Ever After High, right? And I want to say it's cedar wood. I want to say that's the character. Because she's got like the wooden little the little grooves in her skin. Which made this doll very unique. And she looks like she's in almost pristine condition. Except that she was missing one shoe. So I don't have her shoe on, obviously. Because she only had one shoe. But she came like this at the thrift store. So I was like, oh, what are you doing here? I wonder, how much did I pay for her? I want to say I paid maybe $1 for this doll, I think, from the store that I got her from. She had to have been $1. But her hair is a little bit rough, but not to the extent where I can't just brush through this and then just straighten it out. So it should be fine. But here's the thing about Cedar, though. I did collect these dolls when they were popular. One or two of them. I didn't collect like enough for me to be acting like I had a whole display full. But I did have a handful of them. And I think the ones that made it into my collection, I actually popped their heads off and put them onto Barbie bodies. And I still have a couple of them now. I think I have S.I.S and I have... What's the other one that I have? I can't think off the top of my head which one. But at least the one, at least S.I.S I do have in my collection. Which is the one that you guys saw on my thumbnail. And I want to say I have one more. But anyway, but I don't like their bodies. I don't like how thin they are. They're just so scrawny and skinny, and I just don't like that about these dolls. So I wasn't really a big fan of them because I knew if I add them, I'm just getting them for their heads. And it didn't really make sense for me to pay full price for just a bunch of heads. So that's why I don't have a whole bunch of these in my collection. This one was just in such good condition. I couldn't like just leave her there. So that's why I got her. But honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to end up keeping this doll. I might sell it or give it away. I'm not really sure. But I didn't want to see the doll like just going to waste in the thrift store. Because she was just in such good condition that I just feel like a collector would get some use out of her and be able to do something with this doll. So that's how I ended up with that one. This one, she was just like this, nude. She was $2.99. That's too much for this nude doll with just no special features. It's just too much. But I liked her face. I like the condition that her hair is in. It's very straight and clean looking and easy to, restyle and kind of clean her up. She has articulation in her elbows only and then the snap-in legs. I cannot identify this doll. I tried, but I don't know what doll this is. And also something interesting about her is her face, the sculpt that she's using. This sculpt has like a lot of different names, but I think the most popular name for her is probably Generation Girl, but I don't think Generation Girl is the actual name of the sculpt. This sculpt is Aphrodite, I believe. And Aphrodite's sculpt is actually the Mackie sculpt. It's the same sculpt, but they just Mackie is the one with the lips closed, and that's the one that you see on some like collector type dolls. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who's got a Mackie face, so you guys can have a reference. But anyway, so you know, a lot of like the model Muse dolls from the Barbie Basics series, there was a Mackie sculpt in there. She had blonde hair, was like pulled up high in a high ponytail. But anyway, so Mackie is actually one of my favorite sculpts for like blonde hair, blue eyed type Barbies. I think they look really good with that sculpt, with the mouth closed. And then this one, this version of her with the lips, the teeth showing, I see that Aphrodite is usually how they refer to this sculpt. So I do have another Aphrodite sculpt in my collection, but she has brown skin tone, and it was like a holiday doll, I think, from some previous years that I really like. But this particular version, I don't know if I have a blonde haired version of this sculpt, so I just grabbed her because I was like, it's $3. I'm not gonna miss $3. If I end up not liking her, whatever, I'll just sell her on eBay. So that's how she ended up here. And then this guy is a Jacob Twilight person. And I already have one of him actually, but bruh, like he's just hanging out at the thrift store. Like, no, I had to bring him home. He was in his original shorts, but I threw him in this weird little outfit just so that he would have something on that was covering him up more. And I put him onto a Made to Move body. Why do I have this weird shadow in here? It's so annoying. What the heck? Yo, I'm like so like OCD about stuff. I don't know what my problem is. I just be noticing things that like other people, it doesn't bother them, but I'm just like, what is that? Anyway, but anyway, he's very handsome. I already have one in my collection that I really like. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to customize this one. So I'm going to actually add facial hair. I'm very much thinking about rerouting him since I got a new rerouting tool that's actually going to like not stress me out. So I'm probably going to reroute him or flock him, one or the other. And then I'm going to turn him into like a light-skinned mixed guy. That's what I'm going to try and go for, because his face sculpt itself, it's a very black guy face, and I want to see how he would look more kind of like, you know, styled like that. So I just want to see how he would look like that. And then I want to put I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to do a little bit of repainting to him, but lately I haven't been in a full repaint type of a mood. It's just my environment. I don't feel comfortable painting in this environment, so I'll do like partial repaints where I just add stuff to the doll and not necessarily erase what's there. I just add. So that's what I'm thinking I might do with him. I did give him the beginnings of a tattoo. But hi Erica. But I'm not sure if I'm done with it yet. I don't know if I want to add more. So we're not sure yet. But I'm in the process of kind of customizing him a little bit. And then this guy, same deal. I already have one of him. This is the mold that I've been using as my daddy character, who's like our flamboyantly extra gay male character. And he's like a parody character, but I gave him long hair because the original sculpt that I was using for him, he actually got damaged, so I couldn't use his head sculpt anymore, or his head anymore. But the same exact sculpt that he was, I cannot find a replacement for that dang doll, right? So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to give him a whole different head, and he'll just, whatever. We'll just recast the character. But I went with this face because he has long hair, and he's blonde and blue-eyed, just like the regular, I mean, he doesn't have blue eyes. He's got like green eyes or something. But anyway, he looks very similar to the original Ken that I was using. But I think this one looks a little more masculine in the face a little bit. But the one that I'm using as Daddy, I kind of feminized him more because Daddy's character is very, very super flamboyantly gay. So he's over the top. You understand what I'm saying? So like he can't be looking tame. He just gotta be looking crazy. And it's his character. But this guy is the same exact doll. And I thought, he is very handsome, so I wanted to see what he would look like as like a more masculine version of that sculpt. And I think I'm gonna like give him a new body and do some customizing to him and just change up his look. Probably cut his hair down some and see how he looks as a more masculine version of that sculpt than what I've got in my collection. I don't know if I'm gonna end up keeping him once I do it. I feel like I'm gonna end up falling in love with it and then just keep him like that. But maybe I'll sell him if I don't feel like I need a whole second one of this guy in my collection like that. But we'll see. This guy, he was $3, and I still think that's too much for the thrift store. But I mean, it's this fashionistas guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't really complain. And then he came with this stuff on that he's got on, which is like a hideous outfit. I don't even know if the sweater is really for a guy doll or not, but extra clothes is always good. The pieces separately are fine. It's just together. It's like, what the hell are you smoking? So he got to get out of them clothes. But anyway, I got to find him a body. What body should I put on him? What did I use for the other one? I used Wheelchair Ken for the other one. So, and this body I think is a similar skin tone because this guy's a little bit tan. Oh, maybe it's not. I don't know. No, it's my weird shadow in here. I might be able to use the same kind of body for him. We'll see. I found this Pocahontas doll. She was $2, and she's in really good condition. Her hair is very long. It needs to be washed and cleaned up and all of that stuff. And she's wearing some kind of princessy-looking dress. She's got the snap bend knees. She's got a joint in her elbows, her wrists. So I'm guessing this is probably... What version is this, you guys? Is this a Disney doll? Oh, it is Disney. Okay. Yeah, Disney usually makes really good versions of their characters because the faces are always on point. So that's my favorite kinds of Disney dolls is by actual Disney company, not Mattel, not Hasbro. And I also found this Snow White. She doesn't seem to have any joints other than a click bend in her knee. But I don't know. Listen, this is not a doll that I feel like is going to end up staying in my collection. I really feel like I'm going to end up customizing her, experimenting on her, doing different little trial ideas on this doll. And then she's probably going to end up getting sold for parts. But she was just in decent enough condition at the time that I felt like it was worth it for me to try my hand. However, it's not that I don't like Snow White. It's that Mr. Galaxy over here in the chat already sent me a Snow White that he rerouted with some amazing hair. And she's perfect. Like, she's like better than what I had thought of in my head would end up in my collection as a Snow White doll, because I mean this is normally how they come from from Disney, you know what I'm saying, and this is too cheesy for me. Like, I can't get with it, so I would end up having to customize it anyway. So the one that I have that Mr. Galaxy sent me, I put her onto like a curvy body, and she's so juicy, and like her hair, oh my god. So I can't, like, this girl can't even compete. Like, let me go bring her to you so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you see them side by side, you'll just be like, Gypsy, just put her in the garbage. Alright, here we go. Wow, I can't believe Jackson's been out there this long in the snow. I can't stand snow, oh my god. Look at this, guys. I mean, what kind of comparison is there here? Why? Why bother? It looks like a joke. She looks like she's playing too much. She looked like... like before, after. She looks like when she grows up, then maybe she would turn out like this. I don't know. But it's just come on. I can't even compare the two. So... to me, it's like, it's an insult to this doll for me to add this doll in and be like, look at my Snow White. No, I'm good. Anyway, but somebody will appreciate this doll once I clean her up and kind of like broken Barbie her, broken Dolly her. So I'm going to do that. And then, so those are the dolls that I found at the thrift shop that I've added in. And then now let's move on to the clothes so I can show you guys what I ended up with. And this one, I actually do want to redress her and put her hair together a little bit. So maybe I'll leave her out. But these guys can go off to the side for a second. Y'all hang out right there. If you guys have any questions about any of those dolls, let me know. We'll get into it. Okay, so these packs I found at the thrift store. Look at how they look, you guys. They look like they're still brand new. I couldn't believe my eyes. This all came as like one lot, so I couldn't see exactly what all was in here. But just from like the little bit that I could tell from looking through the bag, I was like, oh my gosh, no. Why is this over here? This whole like little lot of stuff was $2.99, and I could not believe what I was seeing. So I was like, let me grab it. But let's open this stuff up and see what all is in here, because I didn't really look at it yet. I just got it yesterday. Somebody asked a question. Hold on. Erica said, to be honest, she could be her little cousin. Galaxy said, I would reroute that Snow White doll too. Yeah, I'm sure she would look amazing with a reroute, but here's the thing, like, I mean, look at her face. She's just aight. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the faces. There's a huge difference. This one has so much character. Maybe it's the side glance. Maybe it's those little pudgy lips. Like, her face has like a whole different shape to it. She just looks so animated. And this one just looks like somebody like copied and pasted and just stuck a sticker on her face. Like, that's how she looks to me. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with new hair, she would look better. Let's see. Come on, let's try it out. This is the weave tryout. What am I doing? Yo, what is wrong with me? Don't tell on me, okay? She would look cute with some new hair, but it's not even a comparison, y'all. It's really, look at this cheesy smile. Oh my goodness, girl. She looked like she just got her first job and she is so excited. Here's some pants. These are like boys' pants. These look like, is this for a guy or a girl doll? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'll put that there. And then, I love this little watermelon and pineapples. How cute. I like this. I don't know any dudes that would wear that in real life, but I mean, for a doll guy. And I like this too. I love florals on men. I think it looks real fun. And sometimes when you do like the Hawaiian prints and the Hawaiian flower prints, they kind of look kind of like dorky. But sometimes, if you do it a certain way, it'll work. I like this color scheme. I like all the colors, and I don't know. I just like it. I like this print. This is the top that's supposed to go on this guy, but I don't know how it ended up into this lot, because obviously I didn't buy these two together. Yeah, but this is originally came on this guy. So that's where this is from. And I don't really know if I recognize these pants. They're like denim. They're black, and they have little squiggly lines in them. Like marble almost. What about these? Yeah, this is like the same material, but they're just two different cuts. So I'm guessing these are the boys' clothes and then a bunch of shoes for the boys. Let's get closer to the shoes. I think these were maybe from fashion packs, because I feel like some of these belong together, like they all came together. Oh, I like this. Ooh, I gotta try those on somebody. I like those green flip-flops. Ooh, I know who would like those green flip-flops. Daddy. Daddy would love them. And hold on a second. These two go together, and these two go together. Okay, what's up, Jaxie?
I'm gonna go see if Tyler can come out.
Yeah, go. So we got 3 pairs of shoes that are in white, and all different styles. These are like some low top sneakers, high top sneakers, it looks like. And I don't know what you call these kind of shoes. What are these called? I don't know what the style is called, but those. And these are more dressy. And then we've got some tan, kind of dressy looking loafers or whatever you want to call those. These green flip-flops. These are probably my favorite. And these blue dressy shoes. I don't think I have shoes in this color blue. That's interesting. And then these bronze looking kind of low top sneakers. I can use all of those shoes, so that's really awesome. And then I've got a bag here that has more stuff in it. What all is in here? These are a bunch of accessories. I see a hat. I have this hat already, but I like the style of that hat. This is a visor. This is the Roxy symbol, so I'm gonna assume that some of this stuff came from fashion packs, because that's the only place I've ever seen Roxy stuff. I don't think I've seen a doll actually dressed in Roxy clothes. So these are from individual fashion packs. Now, this is my assessment. Just my instinct is telling me that this stuff did not belong to a child. I can't believe that any of this stuff belonged to a child. And there's a few reasons why I'm saying this. The main reason I'm saying it is because the condition that the stuff is in. It doesn't even look like it was played with at all. Like, it just looks like they literally came out of the packaging and then ended up in the stash of stuff all put together, because it's too pristine. Everything is in really good condition. And I don't see any wear on anything. Like, nothing is wrinkled. There's no smudges. There's no roughness to the materials. There's nothing about it seems like it's been worn. It doesn't even look like it was on a doll. You know, sometimes when you like dress your dolls in clothes and they've been sitting on display for a while, they start to have like grooves and dents in the clothes in the shape of the doll. I don't even see anything like that. So that's what's making me say that these did not belong to a child previously. We're gonna open up this other bag here that has a bunch of clothes in it and see. Oh, there's more accessories. Okay. Yeah. So my guess, just from experience, is that this stuff probably belonged to a collector or a teenager, and like they just were downsizing their stash. Although, why would you downsize this stuff? It all looks like modern stuff, like stuff that just came out recently from Barbie, you know? So I don't know why they would get rid of it, but I mean, I ain't complaining because I ended up with it. So thank you, whoever it was. But I see some headbands here. These look like little like beach themed headbands. So cute. Oh my goodness. I don't have any of those. I do have some of these kinds of headbands, but I'm not sure what colors I have off the top of my head. I see 2 of those. So what do you guys think? I haven't bought fashion packs in such a long time that, I mean, I don't necessarily recognize which packs these came with, but I can tell just from the look of them that most of them are items that came from fashion packs and not on dolls that were produced. What is this little clip? It says girl boss. I know it's kind of hard to read, but that's what it says. No, it says boss girl. Excuse me. Not girl boss. Boss girl. And then necklace. I see a bunch of sunglasses. And I'm not a big sunglass person with my dolls unless it's a specific kind of glasses that I like. Like these aviator styles, I usually like those. This style I usually like. And this is like the same thing with the white rim, which is really cute. I love black and white glasses for some reason. This is super cute. Yo, these look very familiar, but I can't quite put my mind on where I saw these. They look so familiar. I have a pair of glasses with the same kind of look, but it's like more narrow. It's like even smaller, which I don't really use that much, but these I don't have. I don't recognize these, but I love the way that they are shaped. Let me see. I love these like cat eye type doll glasses for dolls. They just look so chic and freaking integrity toys. That is so cute. These would be so cute on my Poppy Parker dolls. Oh my gosh. Like, it just looks very like old school. I love it. I love it. That's cute. I like that. Those are going to get used for show. These, not so much. These, not so much. These are going to end up in my reject pile. But I still like the way they look, though. It's just I'm not going to get any use out of them. I never use the glasses that are, like, shaped like stuff. So it is what it is. These are cool. They're, like, see-through and blue. Ooh. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if they'll fit on her big head. Can you fit them? Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, they're crooked. They're crooked. Let's fix it. Can we fix it? Oh no. This doll, this is Alice in Wonderland. This is also a gift from Mr. Galaxy. I named her Ione, and she has a massive head, but she's got a very pretty massive head, which is what I love about her. Huh?
Can we eat at the buffet?
Can we eat at the buffet?
Yeah.
You mad random with it, bruh. Just came out of nowhere talking about, can we eat at the buffet? You asking the wrong one. You need to ask your dad, okay? Because he's got the money. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Thank you. You better ask your brother. He got a job. Maybe he'll take you there. I ain't got no job. You asking the wrong one. Anyways, okay, so these are like pretty big glasses, but I think they look kind of cute on her. Oh my goodness, Ione, why do I love you so much? You're so cute. I want to bubble you. She's so cute. Okay, I'm supposed to be showing you guys stuff, and I'm over here just slobbering all over my doll. Anyway, I really like these glasses. Those are cute. Okay, so these are the little handbags that are in here as well. It's got a little seashell on it. I recognize this. I know I have this. I think this and this, they come in a fashion pack together with some other accessories. So I definitely recognize that. This is so cute. I'm not sure if I like the Roxy symbol on stuff. I mean, I know it's supposed to be Roxy Designs, but I don't like gaudy symbols. I don't like the Barbie's logo on the clothes. Like, I don't like that. But I can have it this way, and then you won't be able to see it. So that's cool that on one side it has it and on one side it doesn't. That gives me some versatility, so I like that. Does it open? Let me see. Oh, kind of, but not really. And then this, what is this? This is like a purse, and it's got these little rainbow colors in the front. The only thing I don't like about this is that this is a sticker, and that over time it's probably gonna like wear off. Huh?
I'm gonna go see if one of my other friends.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, that's the only thing about this that kind of bothers me, but I don't even use purses enough in my in my dolling to worry about that, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I might put that on a doll that I'm gonna sell. And here's a pineapple purse, which is yellow, very cute. I know for sure that I have another pineapple purse, but for some reason I want to say it's clear. I don't think that it has a color, so that is really cute. I've got these two handbags here. One, they're the same style, but one is blue, I guess, and the other one is clear. I don't know why I want to say this was green. Guys, what is going on? Am I going blind? What is wrong with me? I can't tell my colors now. It's going to be all right. Those are little handbags, and then I see some necklaces, and I'm sure these had to have come on in fashion packs. Oh, look at this one. This is like a little choker. Let me see how this looks. You're wearing yellow. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, let me see. How cute. That's an odd piece. That's so strange. I've never seen anything like this. What is this supposed to be for? I don't know, but it's really cute. I like it. I definitely will use that on someone. Okay, so most of these accessories I do like, and these are just like simple bracelets. Oh, I like these colors. They remind me of Legos. These like primary colors. And what is this? A little seashell clear handbag. I really don't do anything with purses and things like that unless they're like this, like they're like long and you can drape it over the doll's shoulders. Those are the only kinds, like, you know, crossbody kind of bags that I really use for my dolls, but that's because it's very hands off. I don't have to keep like holding it in place, put putty on it. I don't have to do anything to make it sit in place. So that's the reason why I don't really do anything with the handbags, because they're just so annoying to pose, and they always fall and just go away. And here's a little drink cup that she can hold, a little camera that she can take pictures with. Ooh, a popsicle. Let me see. Let me see. How you do this? I don't know. These things never look right. Mattel, we gotta think of something better to do with these kind of props, because it's very difficult to maneuver them on these weird, awkward hands. Oh, darn it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ione. I wanted you to have a popsicle, but it's not cooperating. You'll never know what a popsicle tastes like. I'm so sorry. Just here, hang out here. Okay, and just be amazing. All right, do that. Is she amazing? Yes, she's amazing. She can't help it, you guys. I be trying to tell them, like, can y'all stop? Can y'all stop being so freaking amazing? Can you stop being too beautiful? But they won't do it. They don't listen. Here's a little watch. It's so hard to do in front of the camera. Y'all, I'm the worst. Goodness, when I used to be in school and they used to have like, yeah, so I did actually go to school when they had show and tell. Remember that? Well, they don't have show and tell no more. That's fun. But yeah, show and tell. And I would just be like, ugh, the worst at like trying to explain what I was showing and telling. Look at that cute little watch. That's cute. You cute. All right, you sit down because you keep distracting me. I'm trying to concentrate. Anyway, yeah, I was the worst at show and tell, but I used to have so much fun with it. I liked it, but I was bad at it. Half the time the kids would be like, what? Why do you think we would even care about that thing? Like, nobody cares. Most of my show and tells were dolls. Big surprise, right? I would take my favorite dolls to school and try to, like, explain why she was amazing. And then the rest of the students would just be looking at me like, next. Nobody cares. What else? And I was like, don't hate. Y'all be hating. All right, so here's some more stuff that came out of the bags. Looks like, okay, definitely recognize these. I have these, and I'm pretty sure we're building up packs here, y'all. I'm pretty sure that this hat and this bag, it comes in a fashion pack with this. Not a fashion pack, but like an accessories pack. They're little skates, and I think they fit on regular Barbie dolls' feet. Let me see. Ah, rubbery feet. Oh my gosh. Are they flat on the inside? Or are they... I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if it fits on her foot. I'm pretty sure these are for just a regular size Barbie foot. Yeah, because I have these already, and they're actually one of my favorite foot gear to put on my doll. I love posing my dolls in the roller skates. You can see over here one of my other dolls in the background wearing roller skates. I just love the way they look. They remind me of my little sister, who was really excellent on roller skates and roller blades. She taught herself how to ride them, and she's like the athletic one. And it was so weird because like I was the skinny one and she was the chubby one, but she had so much command over her body. She could do anything with her body. My sister, she taught herself how to do so many different things. It's crazy. And I don't know, that's like her superpower, just teaching herself how to do things with her body. So like when we were kids, I was so scared to get on these things, and she was very brave and somehow just taught herself how to ride the roller skates and the roller blades in a short amount of time. My daughter is like that. Isn't that strange, you guys? Like, my daughter is a lot like my sister was as a kid. She's a tomboy. She likes playing outside in the snow. I would have been like, no, I'm gonna get dirty, gross. But she loved it. She loved like running around and getting dirty. And my daughter is so like that. And like her daughter, my sister's daughter, my niece, is like me. She likes to play with dolls. She's like a indoor person. She likes to be creative and draw and sing and like dance, and that's what she likes to do, you know? So it's so bizarre, but whatever. Jeans are jeans, I guess. Yeah, so these look like they all came in the same pack. I can't remember what else was in that pack, but I'm pretty sure I'm close. And then here's some more shoes. I have these shoes already. These are some white flat sneakers. I have these white shoes too. I might have more than one pair of these because they look very familiar. Like I've seen them a bunch of times in my stash. I don't have these, but I really like these. What are these from? I don't recognize them at all. Why does my, because there's so much clutter in the background. It doesn't want to focus. Can we focus, man? Jeez. Anyways, I guess I'm asking for too much because I just want my camera to behave like a camera. Oh, I wish y'all could see these little ruffles on the side. Anyway, these shoes are really cute. And I love the pointy, like this part here, the heel. It's very pointy. It's like a little stiletto heel. I would wear these in real life. I would. I like them a lot. What else? Maybe it's my light. Why does it feel like it's getting darker and dark? Y'all, I swear I'm just like going crazy. Okay, I see some orange shoes here. Well, I guess we can just, there's two different pairs. There's two different styles, but they're the same orange, which is great because orange is my new color. And when my camera was turned around, some of you guys saw I was wearing an orange shirt, and I got on my orange eyeliner, and I got on my orange earrings. I'll show you guys later when I'm ending this. So I need more orange in my Dolly wardrobe as well. I'm trying to like branch out and do different colors in my, because most of my clothes are either black or black. Like I have a very black wardrobe and I love black. So I never get tired of wearing black things, but sometimes you just gotta switch it up with the colors, right? So my usual theme color is purple, and that's what I normally throw on when I want to just add color to my wardrobe. But since the beginning of the summertime, I decided I want to add some more colors. I also do metallics a lot, like gold, black, silver, black, gold and silver, like a lot of gold kind of colors in my wardrobe as well. But some of the colors that I'm adding to my wardrobe, other than the purple, like I said, is orange, more yellow, and I'm trying to add more green. So every time I see things in those kind of color schemes, I try to like get them so I can expand my colors in my life. This looks like an outfit that goes together. I think, what is this from? This has to be from a fashion pack because I ain't never seen no dolls dressed like this. But I don't know what else and all these accessories actually goes with these things. So if you guys recognize any of that stuff, feel free to shout it out in the comments. This is what is this? Looks like a dress. I don't have any dresses with this style, this cut. And this is a Barbie dress? Huh. That's interesting. What is this colors? I see. Oh, I thought this was red, white, and blue, y'all. It's got more colors than that. Yellow, orange, 3 different shades of blue. It looks like silvery kind of color. Wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't know it had so many colors. Let's see. Let's try it on you because you're naked. Let's see. I might give her a new body too and just, I don't know. I'm just going to give her a makeover in general and see how I like her to decide if I want to keep her or not. But she deserves a second chance is what I'm trying to get at, y'all. Close this up. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Oh my goodness. That's tight. Dang. Dang, girl, where you going? Where you going? Let me find out. Okay. This body is horrendous. Jesus Christ. Look at this thing. I can't. Ew. Like, what was the point of doing this? Why did y'all put this useless joint right here? And she ain't got no joints here. Just why? I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all was just wasting supplies. Like, what was the point? I hate these click bend legs. They're so annoying. People love these legs. And I don't understand it because I don't understand why. I can't stand them. It's like why? You can't bend them enough. You can't sit right in a chair. Like, why? I need to put her hair up because it's annoying me. Let's tie her hair up. Just need one. We don't need 20. We just need one. Gracias. And her hair is actually in very good condition. It's just messy because it was tossed in a bin with a bunch of other dolls and getting all tangled up in there. And y'all, I was looking at when we were in the thrift store, I saw a doll, a fashionista doll with a newer head sculpt. You know the Dimples head sculpt? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? That sculpt has so much controversy around it. So many people like just either detest it, freaking hate it, or they like it, right? It's just like, you know, you either gotta love it or hate it type of a face sculpt for some reason. And I only seen one version of that sculpt that I actually thought would be worth having in my collection, but not enough that I'm like, if I don't have it, I'm gonna cry. I know. But if I had to have one, there's one version that I like enough to keep, right? So, but I don't at the time. I don't have it right now. So we saw the doll at the thrift store. Adonis picks her up. I'm looking at the doll to see like what condition she's in. Maybe if I can use her clothes or something. He said, don't get that doll. I said, why? I said, this is a new sculpt. He said, no, don't get her. I said, why? He said, she's weird looking. I said, weird looking how? He said, she looked old. I said, oh my God. What is that supposed to mean? Basically, he told me that that doll looks like an old woman who's trying to look like a young woman, like she's senile. She had too much plastic surgery because she don't wanna face her age. He's like, no. I was like, oh my gosh. Welp, if he say it looks crazy, then I'm just gonna put her back. So I didn't end up getting her, but I think that was the version that has the purple hair. He didn't like her at all. I was like, dang, all right. Just dissing the doll, right? Oh my goodness. I feel bad for whoever looks like that doll in real life. Whose face did they use for that mold? Oh my gosh. Whoever's face they used as an example for that mold, because you know what I think? I think a lot of the face sculpts that we see, they're actually the faces of people that work for Mattel or family members and friends of people that work for Mattel. They're like real people's faces, but because they don't have permission to use their face mold as like, like an actual um copy of their image, they don't give them the official, recognition, if that makes sense, because they're not celebrities, they're not anyone important, they're just regular people. So that's why I think that some of those face sculpts, like they end up looking so much like they could be real people, because they probably are real people's faces. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I hope the person whose face that they borrowed to base that sculpt on isn't offended by all of the negativity surrounding that doll's head sculpt, because that would be so messed up. All right, I know I'm missing a bunch of comments. Let me just check these comments right quick. Are you having fun, Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
None of my friends could come out because they didn't have the right clothing or they have their dads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is not a snow town, We're not in New York. People don't know what to do with the snow out here. They scared of it. They scared. But at least you got to play. Make sure you hang your wet stuff up so that it can dry properly, please.
It was fun stepping on the snow and making the snowman and then destroying them.
Okay, that's good. And also take off your wet stuff and put on dry stuff. Wash your hands. Okay, Erica said, oh, wait a minute. What did I miss? What I missed. Tevin said, unrelated, but I'm one naturalista away from having all of them. And after that, I will have all the naturalistas and fashion pets. Well, dang. Baby's doll said, for me, any type of dolls are welcome in my collection. That's good. Minnie G said, lots of projects. Amen. Tevin said, the one on the left is a Mattel one, and we know how overly expressive many Mattel dolls can be. Late 80s, early 90s Barbie, for example. Yeah, we're talking about those Snow White dolls. I think you have the male fashionista dolls outfit, says Galaxy. You talking about you mean his whole outfit is in here? Not just the top? Which pants did he come with? I can't remember. It must have been one of these, right? Maybe it was this. Maybe is this his outfit? Oh, that looks familiar. And then maybe one of those shoes went with that too. That's very possible. Erica said you have the shorts for that guy too. Oh yeah. So you guys are talking about the same thing. Tevin said, unrelated, do many of y'all feel unsupported by your family or peers? It doesn't even gotta be our hobby, maybe life goals, or even they may discourage us. I've seen Real Roxy clothes in Florida. There's a chain of stores called Alvin's Island. Those are on every block in Destin, and that store is not cheap, so I can imagine how expensive it is. I don't know, when's the last time I've seen some like real Roxy clothes for people? I don't even know. This is a good question that Tevin brought up, though, about feeling like your family is being supportive of your life choices, I guess. A lot of us don't, a lot of us, it's so common to run into people who don't have that kind of support from their family, but I'll tell you what I think about that. And I say this to Adonis a lot. I really do like this dress, though. I like the dress. I'm not going to say I like it on her specifically, but I do like the way that the dress is cut. I didn't think I was going to like this dress, y'all. I thought I was going to be like, ew. But it actually looks really good on the doll's figure. Something me and Adonis talk about a lot is that the beauty of being an adult is that I'm gonna pull each item up so you guys can see what I have in here while I'm talking. As an adult, you have the freedom to choose your family. So even though some of us might come from very unsupportive households, very toxic households, abusive households, just in general, family members that don't see eye to eye with you. You know, maybe they're super religious and you're not, things like that. Hey, what is that? Can you turn it down, please, or go in a different room? Thank you. So it's possible that you might have that experience, but once you become an adult, you have the freedom to go choose your tribe. You can start linking up with people who are like-minded, who have similar goals and interests as you, and connect with them. One of the problems with the way that the technology has affected our culture these days is that people are so scared to just be connected to other human beings in real life, not just virtually, in real life, like going up talking to strangers. We're just so frightened of being rejected and judged that we'll not even try. But how else are you going to find your tribe? You have to interact with people. So it's not always easy. I have Asperger's syndrome, and a lot of people have Asperger's and autism. Some of them don't even realize that they have it, and they just think that they have debilitating social anxiety. But it's not that. It's that we haven't been trained on how to interact with people and how to understand their actions and reactions, so that we don't take things too personal when things don't go the way we want it to go in our social interactions. But that doesn't mean we have to be afraid of each other, So when we connect with other humans and, you start broadening your friend circles, that's how you find the people who belong in your tribe. And when I say your tribe, I mean whether it's a marital partner or a life partner, like a romantic, partner who's in your corner and you guys are best friends. That's what you want. You want you and your spouse, you and your partner to be the bestest friends, as corny as that sounds. Because if you and them are not best friends, it's not going to work. There's something down the line is going to happen that's going to make you just go your separate ways, because you're trying to build a life with someone who you weren't raised with. They have completely different, background than you, and you have to somehow coexist and possibly raise children together for a lifetime. That's a huge commitment, right? So what is this thing? This wraps around. What is this? It's a skirt. It doesn't come with instructions. What is this? Let me see. Can I wrap it around you, please? Would you like to be my model? Thank you. Well, I don't know if I like the way that looks, though. That can't be right. This can't be for... What is this? What is this for? It looks awkward. Maybe this thing isn't supposed to be in the front like that. Yo no sé. I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Somebody tell me, please, because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, so that's the beauty of growing up and becoming an adult, is that you get to pick the people who you want to have in your circle, so that you can rely on, and that makes the prospect of not having supportive family kind of you can deal with it, because you can always not replace them, you know what I'm saying? But you can make your social circles bigger with friends and family. And when I say family, I mean your spouse. Your spouse becomes your family once you and them commit to each other. And then if you have children together, then you've made your family even bigger, and you raise your children differently than how you were raised. If you didn't come from a very supportive family, you can change that with your generation. So that's that's how I look at the situation. I try to look at the positives of situation. I don't expect for my family members who don't get me to ever get me. I don't have that expectation of them. I don't wonder why they don't. I don't measure my own value based on how other people see me, because they have their own experiences and their own hangups and the way that they were raised that is affecting their biases in life. And I can't just change that because I want to. It is what it is, for example, just an example, if I wore something like this to my aunt's house, my Korean side of the family, everybody would be like, why did you come out the house naked? They would be like, girl, you better put on a sweater. Where are you going? I'm grown. I'm 37 years old with 2 kids, and I'm married. But even though in our culture here in America, this is not inappropriate, to them it is. It's very revealing. It's very, slutty. So they're like, where are you going? Cover yourself up. And my grandmom was 87 when she died. I would go over to their house and have on a tank top, because I'm hot-blooded, y'all. I'm always hot. So I would have on a tank top And then my grandma would be like trying to pull it up all the way to here. She'd be like, no, 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 you can't go outside like this. And I'm like, Grandma, it's really not that serious. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to argue with her? No. Am I going to explain to her, oh, I live in America now, get with the program? No, I'm going to be like, okay, and just cover myself up because it's not worth it to annoy her with my feminine freaking rhetoric. I don't have time for that. You understand what I'm saying? My relationship with my grandmother is more important than me arguing with her about my politics and the fact that I have the freedom to choose how I want to dress. You understand what I'm saying, guys? It's not worth it. So that's what I would do. I would just put on an extra, top when I would go over there, or put on layers in case I would get hot, and just do that. And it was fine. You know what I'm saying? But, and like me and my husband have an open relationship. I don't announce it to everybody in my family. Half of them don't even know. They can't even tell. But we do, but we have friends that know. You guys know. It's not a secret in our just regular social life. But our family doesn't necessarily have to understand or support what we're doing in order for us to find satisfaction in our life choices, And I do have some family members that know, but those are like my real close family members that I'm just like, they're like my sisters and brothers almost. Like that's how close we are. And I know that they're not judging me. They're going to ask me questions before they come to some conclusion about whether or not it's right or wrong for me to live my life the way I want to live it, right? You only get to live once, and you are the only person that gets to experience life through your eyes. So, if you can help it, try not to let the people in your life that you love, you do want them to approve of you, but don't let that change your level of love for yourself, because that's not worth it. You don't want to live like that. It's going to be a miserable existence if you do. What is this? This definitely came in a fashion pack for sure. I think something else in here came with this. Maybe this looks like it might have came with it. I know I saw these somewhere, like pictures of them somewhere. This is cute. What is this? I'm gonna try this on somebody because it's a very strange cut for a sweater. It looks like a hoodie, and I don't think I've seen that cut anywhere before. I don't have anything with that style and a different print in my collection right now. So I just want to see how it looks on a doll, because it's really big. Is it supposed to be like oversized, or is it supposed to go on a curvy doll? What do you think? Should I put it on her? Or maybe I should try it on her. I'll try it on both of them. Let me try it on her. Let me look at another comment. Could be just from items that the previous owner no longer needed, or have too many of that same item. Yeah, that's possible, Galaxy. And that's why I feel like it was all this, like the clothes. I think that these were part of a adult's collection, and they were just downsizing, because how could a kid possibly keep these items in this level of condition, like in this much, like this quantity? There's a lot of stuff here that I can't believe that. I just can't believe it. It's too much. It's not impossible, but I just feel like, I don't know. And then it ended up at the thrift shop, and all of them came inside of those Ziploc bags that the Barbie clothes come in. Like, you kept the bags? Nah, that's not from a kid. I don't think so. Oh, I think I kind of like this. Hold on a second. What is happening? Y'all, I be surprising myself sometimes. I be so, like, I think I know myself so well, and then I'll, like, be like, ooh, I'm into that? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Just discovering things. That's what dolls are great for, right? You start learning things about you're like, ooh, I could paint? I didn't know I could paint. I'm kind of good at it. Wait a minute. Oh, snap, I could build? I didn't know I could build. What? What has gotten into me? Oh, Lord, I didn't know I had good fashion sense. Let me find out. It's like, surprise. This is actually kind of cute. Maybe it is supposed to be for a curvy body type, because I like the way it looks on her. This part here was throwing me off. I was like, what is this? Because, like, where the sleeves are supposed to be at, the shoulders, they're not up here. They're down here, like on the side. It's just kind of strange cut, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, if she was maybe moving around doing a bunch of stuff in it, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of this. Oh, yo, I know it sounds so silly, but this reminds me of if someone had like an old graduation gown, and they were like, what am I going to do with this thing? Because they only ever wore it once to cross the stage. And then they were like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn it into something else. And then they like tried to make a sweater out of it. Like that's how this feels to me. Just the way that the shoulders here look, and then this thing going across the front. That's just the vibe I get. I know, but that would be a ridiculous thing to do in real life. Who does that? And I do like that the hood is functional. She's got long hair, so they have that hole in the back you can pull her hair through without it looking all bulky. So I like that. That part is cool. Look at you. This doll has the model of the moment Marissa closed mouth sculpt. There is an open mouth version, and she is originally from the Power Pair Couple series. This is one of my Grail dolls that I had to add to my collection because I just loved the pair of them together, her and the boy that she came with. I just like them. And I wanted this sculpt in my collection. She's not my Grail doll because I like the Power Pair specifically. Just the sculpt was one of my Grail sculpts. I have like a 2 lists of Grail dolls. One is the actual doll, like the version of the doll that I want specifically. And then another list is of sculpts that I want specifically. And it does usually start off with a sculpt that I really want. Like for this one, I love the sculpt. But there's only 2 dolls that were produced with this sculpt. So obviously those 2 dolls ended up on my Grail list because I can't find any other versions of that sculpt except for those 2, since that's the only ones that exist. Hello. So that's why I have 2 Grail lists, and her sculpt happened to be on that one. But I loved this version because of the brown skin tone that she comes in. And the next shade lighter than this one that I've seen is like a tan sculpt, like a tan color. And that skin tone to me, I don't know. I don't think it's an obviously like black person skin tone. I think it looks more like a Latina girl, the way that she looks. So I liked this version specifically. She's got the twisty hair, like there's no mistake in it. And she could so pass for like a believable Brazilian chick. So I love it. And I think that the sweater looks pretty good on her. Of course, she needs some pants. I mean, where you going? Because you bend over. Everybody wants to see your underwear. I'll probably match these up with some leggings. But, you know, it is what it is for now. This thing concerns me. I don't know that I'm going to like this on anybody. Let me see. Because maybe I'll be surprised. I want to try it on a curvy body because I'm pretty sure it's going to look like a sack of potatoes if I put a smaller doll in that outfit. So let's try it. Erica said that stuff's a collector had too much of, or fashion packs they bought to pick apart. Blake said, I was just playing with those glasses today. Erica said, that's what I would do. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I wonder, man, whose stuff is this? I always wonder about like how dolls end up in thrift stores, especially when they're like collectible type dolls, like my Wizard of Oz dolls that I showed you guys last time, or I had another one. It was an Mbili doll. She was the Princess of South Africa. I found her at a thrift store, like new in the box, never removed from the box, and I could not believe my eyes. I was like, what is she doing here? But when I see stuff like that at thrift shops, I'll be like, what happened? What is the story? Whose is this? Because obviously somebody who collects dolls ended up, you know, giving this doll up. What made them, how did it end up in the thrift shop? You know what I'm saying? I just be wondering. I like to hear these stories. And when I list things on eBay, like when I first started listing things, I would always list my stuff with a story attached of like how it ended up in my possession. And guys, I would sell those items so fast when I had stories attached to the descriptions versus just telling you the actual like specs of what I was selling. Is that bizarre or what? Like, is that a coincidence, you think? Okay, it's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be, but it is strange. This is a strange piece. What occasion? Like, to me, it just looks like a fun pair of pajamas, like something I would wear around the house, because where on earth am I going looking like this? Where's you going? Like, it doesn't look like a believable outside the house type of piece. Maybe it needs to be paired up with some things. Maybe a belt. If it was tighter, maybe. But it's just so, like, just baggy and shapeless. And then the ruffles at the top remind me of like fins, like on a fish. It's got starfish on here. I know they just look like stars, but from a distance, but they're starfish. So I'm seeing a very obvious beach theme with this outfit, but I mean, where's you going? Like, I wouldn't wear this to the beach. Where is you going? Make a splash. Okay, in your bathtub, perhaps. Not in public. Not like this. Where are we going? And then see how the ruffles, like, depending on whether her hair is in the way, they'll start to lay down like this. It's a lot of maintenance with this thing. I don't know. I don't know. But as pajamas, they definitely work. Minnie G said, if you have Ollie's, there's a lot of fashion packs on sale now. That's another place that I keep hearing about. Do we have Ollie's here? Adonis, have you heard of Ollie's?
Yeah, in Carolina they had it.
But not here, right?
I haven't seen it here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think we have one around here. Tevin said, lately I'm into more colorful clothing. I have some patchwork pants I bought on Shein and multicolor bandana jacket.
Ours is like roses, but they got more redneck stuff in it.
Tevin said, that's an early 2000s Mattel body, so the body was more common than I love the newer articulated bodies we have now. Does anybody recognize this doll though? Like, if you do recognize her, tell me in the comments who this is, because I don't know. I try to look her up with her features. My lighting is starting to go, you guys, so you can't really see her details that good right now. But she has, like, I want to say white or a very light pink eyeshadow, blue eyes, and a dark pink lip. And her hair had this ponytail, like this here. This ponytail that I put in her hair was based on the dent in her hair already. So I'm imagining her hair was already tied up like this originally. And this is still the original tie in the back with this part. So that's her hairstyle. Like, I don't know what doll this is. I just instinctively, I want to say Generation Girl, but I feel like that's mostly because of the sculpt and not even based on anything else. Just her sculpt and the fact that she's got this weird body. So if you recognize her, let me know in the comments who you think it might be so I can research this doll. I love the seamlessness of the bend and click legs. Yeah, they look good. They always look good. I just don't like the functionality of the legs. They are realistically shapely and have a graceful look in skirts and dresses. Totally agree. What's up?
No.
You had a good shift?
Yeah.
Did you slip and fall in the snow?
No. But I know my coworker's upset. I didn't, what do you call it? Cover for that other person. But I didn't want to be there another 5 hours.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Unless they give you a break. Were they going to give you like an hour break?
I don't know.
They have to if your hours are over a certain amount.
I'll give them a...
That's okay. Let them be upset. That's not your job to cover for them people. They better show up to work. That's what I'm saying. It's snowy out here, you guys. And in New York, this is not shut everything down type of weather. This is like, you better figure it out. You better get to where you're trying to get to, right? You better factor in how much longer it's going to take for you to drive through the snow. But out here, this little bit of snow, everybody's shutting the whole town down. The whole town down. They're all down south. I know y'all be hearing it all the time from the people that are from the north. We be laughing when y'all start shutting everything down. We be like, well, you want us to go home early? What you mean? Why? This little bit of snow, y'all funny. Oh my God. Blake said, huh?
Really fast. That came in the mail. Don't read it out loud. Just read the top right there. That came in the mail.
Thank you. That's very encouraging. Daylight said, hi, I love the click bend. It's the Made to Move. I don't care for. Joints look hideous. Right? Y'all, it's always going to be from now until the end of the existence of Barbies, there's always going to be this debate about the joints versus no joints for collectors. Tevin said a lot of new Mattel face sculpts are 3D printed. People here freak out when it snows here. They close school and work and everything else for it to not last long. I know, right? Hi, Jackson. Erica said it goes to the fruit swimsuit. The fruit swimsuit? Where is it? I saw that. Where'd you go? This one. Oh, this and that and this thing go together? Okay, wait, the colors match. Oh, it's supposed to be wrapped around this. Okay, okay, okay. Now that makes sense. See, because I was like, what the heck? Y'all smart. Y'all. Y'all. Y'all smart. That's why I be asking you guys. Because I don't know. I don't be paying attention. Tevin said, I wonder, does your sister and mother agree with the poly thing? My sister knows about my poly relationship. She doesn't agree or disagree. She doesn't really understand it. Like, she doesn't know the details of how it works with us because every poly couple is different. So they all have their own like way of doing it. She doesn't understand all of that because I haven't spoken to her about it. Not because I don't want to. It's just she didn't ask me anything for me to be explaining to her. And if you don't ask me, I'm not gonna just tell you because why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Gosh, it's kind of like when I see people when I run into people who are LGBT, sometimes they like announce to me that they're LGBT, and I'll be like, I don't care. Like, what does that have to do with what we're talking about right now? Do you know what I'm saying? But they like make sure you know that they're LGBT by bringing up something that like lets you know that they are. And if I'm not asking you more questions about it, then that's just the end of that. But if I ask you, you know, if I'm like, oh, okay, well, how long have you been gay? How long have you been with this woman? How long did you decide you want to date men and women? Like, if I'm not asking you questions, you know, maybe you got a kid, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, how'd you end up with a kid if you gay? If I don't ask you questions, then it's not like it's a mandatory thing in my social interaction with you for you. I don't expect for this person to start telling me all their business because maybe they don't want to talk about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just not relevant to what we're talking about, you know? Gamer Dude said he's painting. Hey, what are you painting? So that's kind of how I look at it. So that's why with my sister, she hasn't asked me questions enough for me to feel like I should explain anything else to her about it. So that's the only reason why. My mom, I never told my mother that we have a poly relationship, but I think she already knows because my mom makes weird, subtle comments to me that are like very condescending. So like she'll say things like, Adonis sure has a lot of female friends. Or she'll be like, how come all your girlfriends are always over at your house? Like she'll say things that are condescending that I know she's saying it for some specific reason, trying to send me a subliminal message. But again, because I'm not like opening the conversation up with her and just blurting my business out to her, she doesn't have a reason to just keep talking to me about it. So that's why my mom, I feel like, you know, it's like unofficially. She knows, but she doesn't know. It's like she suspects, but she doesn't know for sure because I never confirmed it with her. But if you're on my social media, it's very obvious. If you know me, like if you're like my friend, it's very obvious. If you spend any length of time around me in a you know, outside of work or outside of like a professional setting, then it's very obvious. So it's not a secret, you know what I'm saying? So like my cousins on my dad's side, my black side of the family, a huge group of them know that we're poly, but they're more liberal because they're American. So it's like they don't really give me a hard time about it. And some of them are different religions where having multiple partners is not weird. So like, well, I shouldn't say that. For a man to have multiple partners, it's not weird to them. So those family members definitely, they totally don't even like care. So yeah, it just depends on the family members. But like my mom and sister, I guess in lineage they're the closest to me and like how we're related to each other. My sister knows. My mom, I don't know. I don't really care if she knows. But even if she did and she tried to say something to me negative about it, I wouldn't listen to her. I would just be like, okay, mom, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect your opinion. I respect why you have that opinion. But you're not living my life. You're not experiencing life through my body and my consciousness. So thank you for telling me your concerns, but I got this. You feel me? So like, because a lot of times with my family members or even just strangers who have any problem with it, they don't really have a problem with poly relationships in general. What their problem really is, because it's usually women, is that they get triggered. They feel insecure about the idea of sharing their partners, and that just makes them uncomfortable. So they just project that onto me because I'm a woman. They just assume, oh, you're being oppressed. Oh, he tricked you. No, he's lying to you. He's really cheating on you. Oh, he told you that if you don't, then he's going to leave. That's just the way that they perceive things based on no facts, just their own imagination. So when they're questioning me, they question me from that bias point, and that's why the conversation goes south. You see what I'm saying? But the people who are open-minded, like some of my cousins, who are really just trying to learn, and they're like, okay, what's your experience? Like, I have a cousin who talks to me on a regular basis about poly issues, and even some things coming up in her own relationship that are related to that. But even though she's not poly, she's very open-minded about discussing the pros and the cons and the, the different things you run into, and like, your experience just in general. She's very open to hearing my take, and she always discusses relationships with me other than just like poly stuff, just in general, because I feel like a lot of my friends and family that know me, they are very surprised that like I'm one of the few people that they know in their social circles who's been married as long as I have been with the same person, and has an open relationship but still gets along like tremendously with my partner. So they're like can't even wrap their minds around it, because they're like, I'm in a monogamous relationship and I want to like strangle my partner every day. How do you guys get along so well? So they always ask us questions about relationships just in general. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my experience. But I tell them the truth, because the truth is, sometimes it's hard to hear it, but it doesn't change. It's constant. The truth is always the truth. So you can always go back to it for a reference, right? So I tell people my true, real experience, so that way when they have run-ins with certain situations, they can come back and they can always come back and ask me like the same questions over and over and over. The answers won't change because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then they can build on that. They can take my experience and learn from what I'm doing to apply to their own lives so that they can have a better experience. Erica said, it's giving poncho hoodie to me. Yeah, it does remind me of a poncho. Galaxy, she's talking about this piece, you guys, the poncho. Look, it does. Erica said the body is too new for generation girls. Oh, they had twist and turn bodies? So then that means it's not, that means it's after that era then, this doll. So, okay, we're narrowing it down. So I'll start looking for dolls that came out after that series. Painting a Dollar Tree table. Oh, like for like your dolls? They have little wooden looking furniture pieces over at Dollar Tree. For if you guys are looking for pieces you want to add to your dioramas, I suggest you look over there. This thing goes with something in here too, I think. I don't know. It looks... Do I have this? This looks so familiar too. I feel like I have this, but in a different color. Or maybe I have something made of this material. It reminds me of something one of those Barbie Extra dolls came in. Oh, I didn't show you guys my Douglas. Remember when Tevin sent me in the last live that I did, you guys, I was opening up a package, and he actually sent me Anthony from the Fresh Squad dolls, which I didn't have. And Anthony's skin tone is different from the other one that he had sent me. So I tried this guy's head on the body because he's just been stuck in my collection with no new body on his Fashionistas body, because he was originally Fashionistas. And I was like, no, I gotta bring him to life. So that's what I did. I ended up giving him some experimental tattoos just on one side of his body. And I did post a picture. I don't know how detailed the picture turned out to be, but what is this weird shadow in here, y'all? Anyway, so I did give him some facial hair, and I pierced his eyebrows and his ears. They're not real piercings. I've been showing you guys in a previous video, if you missed it, how to make faux piercings for your dolls with puffy paint that you can get from your local Walmart or any kind of store that sells art supplies. And then he's got the rooted hair he already came with. I gave him some slits in his hairline here to just kind of change up his haircut a little bit. But that's the only altering that I did to this guy's face. So, and I did remove the lip color that he had on there because it looked pink and I didn't like the way it looked. So I got rid of it. And I like him a lot better like this. I don't know if I'm done with him yet, though. I want to still do some more. Like, I want to give him more jewelry. I want to add rings to his hands. And I'm not sure what else I want to do just yet. But, like, every time I look at him, I'm like, oh, you could use this. You could use that. So that's what I think I'm going to do. But so far, I like the way that he looks. Let me see if this... I'm going to try some of these clothes on him. Because this is really not... He looks like, I don't know. He look like he's about to go to a music video shoot. Not really a realistic outfit you would wear walking down the street. But I just want to see how it fits. Where'd it go? Where's that thing that I saw that I wanted to try? No. Oh, are these for boys? Is this a boy's pant? I don't know why this, here, the elastic just seems so, like, narrow. Is it for a girl? I don't know if a boy can fit in here. Let me try it on this girl doll first. Just in case. I don't want it to get stuck around his legs and then I'm like struggling. Let me see. I love this color. Yeah, well, it fits her. It's a little baggy looking though, but it fits. It doesn't feel like it's like loose and baggy. It just looks baggy because it's kind of big. I don't know. Let me see if it fits on the boy. But I feel like it's going to be too tight to fit on a boy. I don't know. I can't tell from the way that it's cut whether or not it's supposed to be for a girl or a boy doll. Do you have any more mixed cousins on your dad's side? Y'all, I got so many mixed cousins on my dad's side. The majority of us are not mixed though, and none of us are mixed with half Asian except for me and my sister. The rest of them are mixed half white. And I think we might have, dang, I'm trying to think, do I have a half Hispanic cousin? If I do, then I don't know who it is because I've never heard anyone talk about anybody in my family that's mixed on my dad's side with anything other than white. Nah, these are not for boys. You can't even get it up there. That doesn't, yeah, okay, that didn't sound right. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Oh gosh, what is wrong with me? I do this all the time. I'm always having like verbal slip-ups. And then after I say it out loud, I'll be like, yeah, that don't sound right. Why did I say that? Yeah, so the mixed cousins on my dad's side, most of them are mixed with white. However, we don't have this thing, and tell me, because I know I got a lot of black followers over here. We don't have this thing on my dad's side of the family where we like discredit you because you're mixed with something else. I've never been treated that way by anyone on my dad's side. And even like strangers, like even cousins I don't know, I'm not familiar with them, like distant cousins. When I meet them, when I talk to them, they never treat me like, oh, you're not really black because you're half Korean, you know? But just overall in the black community as a whole, I get that all the time, especially from black women. And I'll be like, where did that come from? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that, y'all. Like, we need to get it together as black folks because do Black Lives matter or not? Because I'd be like, Black lives only matter to black people in the way that they want it to matter when it's convenient for them. That's what I get a lot of times from people, because as soon as they have a reason to be like, well, you're not black enough to have a say, then they'll come up with all these reasons why your blackness suddenly doesn't matter. It's so bizarre. And if you're a mixed person that has had a similar experience, chime in because I want to hear about it. But people don't like to have these conversations because they get sensitive about it. They think that you're like critiquing them or you're saying that they're bad people. No, but racism is racism. Even if it's coming from your own people, it still counts. Like, you're not going to discriminate against me and try to make me feel like I'm less than you because I'm mixed with black and something else. That's ridiculous, because even though you're mixed, that doesn't make you any less black. You're still black, and you're black in whatever else you are. You know what I'm saying? Mixed people are part of 2 different races or more, depending on what they're mixed with. None of their races don't count just because they're not 100% something. Because most black people, if you think about it, if you really did like a DNA test, you'd be surprised how not black you are. Like, you would be so surprised at what else is in your DNA that you never even realized was there. You know what I'm saying? So does that mean you're not black now? No, of course, you're still black. But you're also whatever else you are. It's DNA. Like, it's science. It's not based on your opinion. It's based on facts. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? But they be trying it. So I've never had that experience with my black family. but my black family is very educated, and they're just not ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And I only get this from like ignorant, ratchet, like people who just they ain't got no class will talk like that. Will try to discredit you because you're mixed. Meanwhile, they're twerking to Doja Cat, and I'm like, Doja Cat is half white. Like, do y'all not realize your idols, your black female idols, like Yara Shahidi, they only half black too. What is your problem? You know what I'm saying? Snap out of it. Relax. Stop calling Obama the first black president if half black people don't count all of a sudden. What are you talking about? It don't make no sense. I never have that issue over here on this channel with you guys because most of my black followers here, they're very intelligent people. And I don't know. I don't know if that says something about people who collect dolls or what. But like most of the time, I don't run into that. But I've had a few so-called collectors who are black women that got butt hurt because they heard me talking about things like this. And they just didn't agree with my politics. And for whatever reason, they got upset about it and try to like put me in my place, threaten to unsubscribe. I'm like, bye, go. You're not doing me a favor by sticking around with your weird ideologies and judging me when I'm not even bothering you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, peace. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, y'all, if we trying to be unified, then let's be unified. Let's stop looking for reasons to divide ourselves because it's not helping us. Well, that's kind of cute.
Hold on, I don't want to throw in another quick divide. I just was listening to this guy. WNBA and women's soccer. Mm-hmm. The lady was trying to argue that people don't, whatever, women need to be paid more and all of this stuff for, I don't know, equality or whatever like that. But the guy was like, if it generated money, they'd make money.
Of course.
Then he gave an example. He was like, I watch women's MMA because it kicks ass. And I said, that's a very good point. Women's MMA, 2 women just beating the crap out of each other.
That's entertaining.
Yeah, that's entertaining. People watch that.
Only if they're wearing tight clothes.
You wear tight clothes in MMA.
Not if they're in sweatpants.
No, not that. I'm not going to say that. These chicks that be going at it, that plays in like bars, sports bars.
They banking it.
Yeah, they play that in the gym.
Yeah.
Not just like a clip, like the
whole fight.
4-hour tournament is in there playing commercials.
Right.
People watch that. So it's kind of interesting that some women would say, oh, it's not fair. Women's soccer is boring. America thinks soccer is boring, period. America doesn't like soccer.
Why? I like soccer. Maybe it's because I'm Korean.
No.
Koreans love soccer.
I said America. Soccer's
fun.
Important until like maybe the 7th or 8th grade. After that, Americans are not interested in soccer anymore.
Dang, it's like that. They just be all collectively growing out of soccer.
What? MMA? Women punching each other doing karate chops?
Yeah, you go into that,
is
right?
about something. Why won't women just be like,
doing
karate
chops?
Okay. You know, for real. Like Kill Bill,
yeah.
when Lucy Liu was doing backflips and slicing off, that was dope. That made a lot of money. If women want to get paid like men, like really do stuff that men do. Don't do your version of what men do. You know, like MMA is not the woman's version of fighting. These bitches don't like each other. They're really fighting. You know, she like you watch. You like that. She kicked the shit out of this bitch.
You can't curse, Adonis. Oh my gosh, my channel's not for kids, by the way, in case you didn't realize. Oops, disclaimer. An hour into the show. Kids, get out of here.
Women's MMA, I love women's MMA. And I don't even like MMA per se.
Yeah.
But women's MMA, even if the chicks aren't hot, if the chicks look like men, but they're like girls.
You can't take your eyes off the screen.
Because it's like, wow, she really slapped the shit out of this.
When I watch it, I'm always thinking like, oh my gosh, how much makeup is she going to need after this to cover up those bruises? Like... That's what I be thinking. I'm like, girl, your face.
That's something that women watch too. Men watch women fighting, and women watch women fighting. But every women's sport, people don't watch. Like women's soccer, I don't think women like that.
Soccer's not too bad, but like basketball.
Women's basketball, women don't like that.
Nah.
And then men's basketball, women only watch it because their boyfriends are watching.
Tone said the Anthony I sent was the Rock the Bells collab Dr. Lisa did with LL Cool J's Rock the Bells company. Their style is based on early hip hop. Oh yeah, because the clothes definitely gave that vibe, and I actually had that outfit on him initially when I was displaying him. Simply Juani said, I have to restock my male dolls collection. Okay, I'm building up my male doll collection right now. I actually have a little display that I was doing in my bedroom that have just my boys that have joints displayed on it. And except for my integrity guys, I think I have 2 integrity. Do I have 2 or 3? No, I have 3 integrity boys, but they are in a different separate display. And I just wanted to see how my boys looked with the joints all next to each other. So I have a little display that like that. Where's those green flip-flops went? Did I put, what happened? I want to see where they at. Here they go. Got a whole, just a mountain of things over here, y'all. All right, so here's the green flipper floppers. Let me see. Let me see. But anyway, y'all, I'm not trying to get all political, but I'm just answering questions because Tevin happened to bring the subject up. And that's just my honest opinions. All I can do is be honest. You don't have to agree with me, of course, but it's not a personal issue. Like, I don't feel personally like I can't get along with someone because they have a different viewpoint. No speaking English. Than me, you know? Just because we don't have the same opinion. Like my sisters, me and her don't see eye to eye on so much, almost everything. But we get along. And we get along better now than we did a little while back when she was still married to her husband, because he's nuts and he was always trying to like wedge her against me. So he would just tell her a bunch of lies and we'd be constantly like feuding with each other. But ever since she and he split up, now our relationship has kind of gone back to the way that it was before he ruined it. So yeah, but we don't really see eye to eye on a lot of subjects. Some things we're like thought twins. Like before she even finishes her sentence, I know what she's gonna say. But some other things like parenting, religion, like just, you know, like feminism, different things like that, we don't have the same views on those things. But that's fine. We don't have to have the same views. Her experience is her experience and mine is mine. As long as you're not taking away from my experience, I don't care, you know. Tevin said, be careful dressing him because most Ken pants don't fit because the Fresh Squad legs are thicker, so you have to play around and figure out what fits, as Ken's legs are skinnier. That is true. He's not on a regular Ken body, so even though some of the pants might seem tight on this body, that's not necessarily the case when it comes to an actual Ken Mattel body. It could fit on that body. They are Ken swim shorts. They came in the fashion pack with a fruit swimsuit for Barbie. Oh, okay. So you're saying that those orange shorts, these ones? Yeah, so maybe I should try it onto one of my Mattel Ken bodies and it should fit. I do like it on her though. This guy, he's on a Mattel Ken body, but this is a broad body, so it's not going to fit on him. So it's not even no point in trying. And this is Sawyer, and he is also a gift from Mr. Galaxy. He was a fashionista's boy, and then I very slightly customized him. I gave him a little mole, I gave him some piercings, I gave him a lot of piercings on his ear, and this little lip piercing, all puffy paint, you guys, puffy paint. So if I don't like it, I can just take my fingernail and go bloop, scrape it right off, and then he won't be pierced anymore. So it's very convenient. But he's on a big body, so he cannot fit a lot of stuff. I have to be very, very strategic about what he can fit. But I do like the way he looks on that broad body, so I'm probably just going to leave him alone. I don't think I'm going to put him onto a normal size body. I was thinking about it, and I couldn't make up my mind. But the reason why I decided to keep him like that is because he reminds me of one of my cousins on my mom's side, on my Korean side, who is a Korean guy who looks very similar to him. And he's a bodybuilder, and he's really bulky. And, like, I don't know any Asian guys that look like that, except for my cousin. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave him like that to represent him. And I kind of gave him the persona of my cousin's real personality. Let's see. Daylight said, I know what you mean. I have LGBTQ family. We don't talk about it. And everyone knows who feels how. We just hang and have fun like family shit. Exactly. And I always be wondering too, like, why do people get so caught up in what someone is doing in their love life when you're not a part of it? Like, no one's a part of your love life except for the people in your love life. So what does it matter what you're doing or why or how or who? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? If you're not hurting anyone, everyone's consenting, there's no children involved, there should not be a concern from other people outside of that circle. It just never made any sense to me. I don't understand that. It's so bizarre. It's like, I don't know. People be just stepping over their boundaries and then have the nerve to get angry at you because you tell them to mind their business. Like, what? I'm being rude because I want you to mind your own business and stop being in my business? Like, well, I don't understand that. It's so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. Adonis has cousins that straight up, like, they're girls, but they're not girls anymore. Like, they just decided one day, nope, well, I want to be a boy now. They started switching up the way they dressed. They changed their hairstyle. They changed their name, like, not officially, but they just started going by a guy's name. He has at least 2 female cousins that, yeah, that are like that. And it's not a problem. We just get along with them the same way we always got along with them. It ain't no different because you went from being called Jenny to Ralph. You know what I'm saying? Your personality is still the same. You look a little different, but you still the same person. So, like, if you just want to go by this name and be treated like a male, well, all right, whatever. If that makes you happy, like, I'm not gonna argue with you about it. He don't be sitting there trying to have a long-winded conversation with these cousins. Like, look, sis, what's going on in your life? What's happening? Why you want to be a boy all of a sudden? Like, he ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? But those girls, his cousin I'm talking about, who ended up like that, they started off saying that they were gay. So, like, they were always dating females. Nobody was bothered by it. It's like, if you're not bringing your drama over here around me, I don't care what you doing. Do you be happy, live your life. If you want to date 40 people, if all 40 of them are like, no, I'm in love with this person, I'm okay with sharing them with 39 other people, I'm chilling over here, then let them be. Like, why am I bothered by it? You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. Why do we live in a society where people judge and get angry about who you're loving? Like, it's one thing if I'm beating all these people up, I'm abusing them, I'm stealing from them, I'm being a con artist. That would be a reason why someone should be concerned. If nobody's in a negative situation, why we be trying to make it into a negative situation? That's ugly. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's so stupid. Galaxy said, blonde doll is styling pup Barbie. Oh, wait, what? You figured it out? Say word. Did you really figure it out? This one? Styling pup Barbie. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Oh, snap, son. We about to be in business. I really didn't think that we were going to identify her in this live. I thought somebody was, like, 2 weeks from now going to be watching this and then be like, oh, I have that doll. And then they were going to tell me in the comment section, honestly. So thank you. Erica said, the tank top the guy has on now goes with the swim short and the slides. You got the whole fashion pack. Oh, word? Yeah, I think there's like multiple fashion packs worth of clothes in here. And they just loosened everything up and like got rid of them. Maybe they had duplicates. Maybe they had too many. And they were like, I don't need a bunch of these. That's possible. Because sometimes things go on sale and then we'll just like hoard. Just buy a bunch of stuff we don't really need because the price is just too good to miss out on, and then come to find out later we're like, yeah, nah, I ain't even need all of this. I ain't even doing nothing with it. What was I thinking? You know? So if that was the case, then like, hallelujah, thank the Dolly gods, because they ended up in my collection for $3 and I am not complaining about it. She needs an outfit change for real, for real. I'm gonna see if the swimsuit thing fits on her. Let me see. I don't think I'm gonna pair it with that wrap though, because I'm not really a fan of it. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that thing. I might end up doing what I did, you know, last week, where I have a lot of clothing pieces that I kind of recycled by using fabric glue and then turning them into different kinds of pieces than what they came as. Because I don't sew, and I wasn't about to wait for my son to have time to do all the sewing for me. So I was like, let me just do something different. So I used fabric glue, and it worked just fine. And I was able to turn a bunch of dresses into shirts and pants and separate the pieces so I can get more use out of those pieces. So I don't know. Maybe I'll turn that little thing into something different, because I don't think I like the design of it too much. We'll have to see. I gotta still see how it looks on a doll, because I might change my mind when I see how it looks. But just so far, is this backwards? I do. I put it on backwards, yes, because I'm stupid. Why didn't you tell me? Oh my god, y'all let me put the whole thing on before you be like, Gypsy, what is you doing? Galaxy said, bruh, BB's doll's been saying it since you first showed her off. Really? I didn't know. I was wondering why you wasn't using the doll couch. That's your real couch. Oh, this one in the back? You guys are funny. Yeah, it is. It's my actual couch back there. Yeah, I could see the perspective in the camera how it could look like it's a prop. I was looking at some pictures yesterday online of like some doll furniture, and I was shocked. I was like, I thought I was looking at a picture of someone's actual like living room. And then I realized, no, this is a diorama. This is not a real room because everything looks so realistic. And there was no doll in the shot. It was just the room. And I was like, oh my God, this is not for real. This is a doll's room. Say word. I was so impressed. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay, now that's the right way. That's the right way. My bad. Don't be mad at me, Rojas, okay? It is what it is. It be like that. You know how I do. Come on, girl. Um, where's maybe I can put these little shorts on her. Ooh, that'd be kind of cute. What else is in here for bottoms? I really like these shorts. I like these pastel colors. Gosh, this freaking shadow. This reminds me of something that Barbie Nation, Aryan from Barbie Nation would put on one of his dolls. Because he's so into the pastel colors. And I love the way that the color schemes look when he gets done styling his dolls. These are so dope too. I love these colors. Like they're like light and like pastel-y and just very airy kind of colors. I love it. I like this watermelon shirt. Oh, I want to try all of them on. Oh my goodness. What can I put on her bottom? Where's that thing? Let me just see how it looks. I'm just curious. But I don't like the way that it looks when this Velcro is like visible, like in the front part. I just don't like the way it sits on the doll, and it feels like there's a lot of space, like it's too big almost. I don't know. I don't like it. It looks awkward to me. I don't like that. No. It looks strange. I gotta do something else with that thing. I'll figure out what to do with it, but I don't think I'm gonna use it the way that it's supposed to be. What are these? Are these for boys too? Anybody recognize these? I have no idea. I thought maybe a curvy doll could fit this pretty good. And I might use it for a curvy doll. And then, ooh, I like this too. Maybe not together. These two probably wouldn't look good together, but I like the overalls. Definitely a fan of overalls. I wish I could wear overalls in real life, but no, I can't. I gotta lose like, let's see. My instinct was to say 100 pounds, but I know that I'm just being super hard on myself to say 100 pounds realistically. So it's not really 100, maybe like 30. If I lost about 30 pounds, then I would be able to get into an overall set comfortably and rock it. But like until then, nope, I'm just gonna have to live vicariously through my dolls as usual. Let's see how this looks. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna be ending this real soon because my light is going, and ain't no point in showing you guys dolls in the dark. So that's not gonna work. Nah, these don't really look right with this either. It has to be something that comes up higher, but whatever. I'm gonna find her some pants that will go with this because I think I want her in some pants with this, but I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this on her because I'm not sure if I want to leave this on her. It is a bathing suit, so you don't really have to wear it with anything, but it's snowing outside. Rojas, where you going with a bathing suit on in snowy weather, hun? You need to go back to the wardrobe and try something else, okay? Honey. But that's the great thing about being a doll. Seasons don't apply. You can dress in a freaking bikini if you want, because she's a doll. She can do whatever she wants, right? I know. That's the lovely freedom of doll collecting. Our imagination sets the standard, not reality. Who wants to deal with reality? Ugh, so whack, right? Like this video if reality is annoying. Oh, Lord. I'm a mess. Why am I such a mess, you guys? I can't help it. I be trying not to be, but I can't help it. Tevin said I'll be rebodying my Naturalista's Grace on a curvy Barbie Extra body that matches curvy Extra body that match, but I will have a second spare doll. I'll have 4 wigs and 2 I will customize and possibly have 1 rerouted. Wigs from where? Are you making the wigs or are you gonna buy it from someplace? Erica says it fits better on a curvy doll. Oh, this thing? Are you saying this fits better on a curvy doll? I wonder if that whole bathing suit would look good on a curvy doll. You know what? I'm gonna try it. let's see. I don't think I put any of my Kirby dolls into bathing suits yet. I don't even know if I have bathing suits that would fit on my Kirby dolls because I don't recall ever attempting to do it. And I'm guessing that's probably because I don't own any that would fit on a Kirby, so I just never even bothered to try. But I'm pretty sure I don't have any. So I'm going to try it because they're very stretchy fabric. I think it might fit. I have those cloudy shorts. 2 fresh squad bodies can fit those 2. I just read that sentence very weird. I have those cloudy shorts too. Fresh squad bodies can fit those 2. Okay, that's what you're saying. The cloudy shorts, this one. They can fit that? Excellent, because I need some more pants for my boys that are tricky about getting them into certain clothes because of their dimensions. Ooh, I love this. Oh my goodness. Rojas, will you marry me? Please. She's so adorable. Oh man, why? Why are you so cute? I don't know what shoes went with this one, but I mean, it doesn't have to be the shoes that it came with. Let's see. Ooh, roller skates. Maybe you can roller skate in this outfit. Shoot, we ignoring the snow today, okay? Might as well just go for it. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. I don't know if they really go, but I'm okay with it for now. For now, she can get away with it. Okay, you sit here for a second, Rojas. All right, y'all. So I named her Talia. Her name is Talia Rojas, right? And I knew a girl when I was in school, in high school, named Nakia Rojas, right? And Nakia was in my Spanish class. I don't know what race she actually was because she had that Spanish last name, but she looked like a black person. So I don't know if she was mixed, if she was Hispanic but just looked black, or if it was just a family name. But she was in my Spanish class, and she was like a couple grades younger than me, and I want to say she was like the only other student in that class that seemed like she wasn't acting up, like she was actually paying attention and learning learning Spanish for real instead of acting a fool. So yeah, if you can't tell, I went to school in the deep hood, so we had a lot of shenanigans going on in our school, y'all. But anyway, Nakia was like one of my favorite underclassmen. I used to treat her like she was my little pet. It was so weird. and she got in a fight with one of my friends who's like in like my sister and my like really close friend circles. We're still friends with her to this day. Everybody thought she was our cousin because she was half Korean, and she was Korean and white. But that girl was so hood, like so freaking hood. So she and that girl got into a fight because they were fighting over a boy, and oh my god, she whooped Nakia's arse. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. She whooped her arse, okay? But Nakia was still my friend because I'm like, that don't got nothing to do with me. And everybody called Nakia Rojas because it was just fun to say her last name. So everybody would just call her Rojas. It was spelled Rojas. And in Spanish, Rojas means red. So I decided I'm going to name my Talia Rojas because I thought it was appropriate and it's fun, and it just reminded me of the actual Rojas that I knew back in high school. And I get a kick out of thinking about my old friends from school that I don't see anymore, I don't talk to them or whatever because we lost touch. I just like to be reminded. And I had this great conversation the other day with one of my high school bestest friends, and he actually went to church with me. We would hang out all the time. And he was, let me think. Okay, so he's Italian. His family's Italian. And I don't know how they ended up coming to a Korean church, but they sure was. So every week they would come to church, be around all the Korean people. We would eat tons of Korean. If you ever been to a Korean church, bruh, they be having like a straight up buffet after church service is over every single week. Like, when I say buffet, I mean buffet. Like, they give you that food, and then if you want more, they be like, yep, how much more do you want? Keep coming for more. So we used to pig out at church every Sunday, and then his family would come there, and we would spend so much time together just hanging out. But his personality, Like the things that he was into, it was so not me. Like he was like an outdoorsy kind of person. He would ride his 4-wheeler, he would be skateboarding, he'd be climbing trees, and I would just be like, holla at me when you done, cause I'm gonna be right inside the house. Looking out the window waving at you, okay? One time I did ride the 4-wheeler with him. It was terrifying, y'all. I know it's supposed to be fun, but I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I can't. Like, sorry. Yeah, no. I don't like whipping through the woods at top speed over all these bumps just flying all in the air. And like, no, it was just so scary. It was like a roller coaster, and I'm not a roller coaster kind of person. So, but in the name of quality time, I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I was hanging on to him so hard. I don't even know how he was breathing on that thing. That's tight as I was grabbing him because I was so afraid I was gonna go flying off of that thing. But when it was over, I was like, "Ooh, can we do it again?" Like, it seemed fun after the fact, but during, I was like, "Oh my god, if I die, oh my god," it was so scary. But yeah, nah, that's not me. So he got in touch with me like a couple of nights ago, and he was just telling me about just updating me on his life, telling me he just had his third kid, and that he was thinking about moving out of New York to go somewhere else, and he was just asking me my opinion about it because I've been traveling over the years. So I was giving him my take on that, and it was really, really good to like catch up with him. And I just love doing stuff like that because, you know, the kind of person that I am, like, if I love you, like if you're my friend and I really love you, I love you forever. Like, no matter how far away we are, no matter how much time has passed, no matter when the last time is I saw you, it's like no time has passed when I see you again or talk to you again. And almost like every day I think about this friend. I think about him all the time. I'm always like wishing him happiness and hoping he's healthy and hoping he's good. But his wife doesn't like me. She does not like me because their mom used to say things around her that I think probably used to make her feel bad. Like, I don't think she was trying to make her feel bad. I think she was just being honest. But we were kids at the time, so like you don't really think about how these things affect people when you're young. But his mom would say things like, "Oh, I wish you could be my daughter-in-law. You'd be the perfect daughter-in-law." And she'd be like always inviting me to their house when they would have family functions going on. And me and him just had like a real goofy relationship, so we were real laid back with each other, and his wife was so serious, right? At the time she wasn't his wife yet, but this was like his first real like official girlfriend that he like met back in college. So he would come home from college with his girlfriend, and they'd be visiting, and then I would go and hang out with them like I normally would. But his mom would just be like just saying stuff in front of her, and I felt so bad because I was like, I did not make her say. I don't know why she just said that. She would like bring me over plates of food and then just ignore the girlfriend, and I was just like, okay. And then the mom would be like, "Oh, he'll get her a plate." Like, she would just be so dismissive. She didn't like the religion the girl was, because even though at the time we were all Christians, and like I said, we met at church, but that girl was a Catholic. So the church we went to was a non-denominational Christian church, and they just, you know, they just looked down on everybody who wasn't part of that sect. So because she was a Catholic, the mom felt like, nah, he could do better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she still is. I don't know if she ended up just denouncing her Catholicism to become a born again Christian so she would fit into the rest of the family. But whatever the case was, he didn't have a problem with it. So, you know, it is what it is. But that was the experience. So he, for like all these years, we've been friends on Facebook, and like we'll like each other's pictures and things like that, but he never actually talks. He doesn't say anything to me because I think he doesn't want his wife to get upset thinking that he's like talking to me inappropriately or something. But it's really not like that, y'all. It's not like that. So I was so surprised when he like came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "What are you doing?" I thought I was getting scammed. I thought it was a I thought his page got hacked. Yo, you know what I do when I think my friends' pages are getting hacked and they're gonna send me all these weird links and stuff? I'll say really outlandish things to scare off the scammer so they'll leave me alone. Like, I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna click on that link as soon as you explain to me why you got pregnant with my man's baby, biatch." Then the person will be like, and they'll just delete the account. So I got so ready to do that. I was about to be like, "Hey, what's up? What you doing?" So Are you going to start paying child support or what? I was about to start doing that until he answered some of the things that I asked correctly and was like talking about things that actually made sense that only he and I would know. And I was like, oh, this is not a scammer. Okay, it's real. That's stupid. But I'm like, you trolling me. I get to troll you back. Why are you wasting my time? I should be able to waste your time right back. You know what I'm saying? It's only fair. That's how I look at it. And half the time when I do that, it always turns out to be a scam artist because later, whoever's account that is will get in contact with me and say, hey, don't click on any links. My page got hacked. And I'll be like, girl, I already knew. I already knew that. Don't worry. I got him. Don't worry. Let me see some of these comments. Okay, so Tevin said, everybody at all my natural releases. Okay, yeah, I read that part. It was easy, even though I did use a hair dryer, but it was quick and simple. How many natural releases you got right now? Daylight said, I love these lives. Y'all hilarious. I'll do it eventually. I should soon before I forget and use the donor bodies and be mad because I forgot. Blake said, child, I was about to say, how come you're not using that couch in the back? That's a nice couch. Blake said, I thought you made that couch. Actually, my auntie gave me that couch. And the other one, because this one seats like, what is it, like 4 people? I have another one that I'm sitting on right now that matches it, and it's a little bit smaller. And it fits just right in the space that we have, because we don't have a whole lot of space here. It's a small apartment, but like, I was like, I need some couches because my kids do everything on the floor. And I had like a dining room table in here before I got these couches that we would just sit around and like, you know, just be hanging out. But my kids are such floor dwellers. Like, you know they Korean, even though they're only a quarter Korean. They get that from their Korean side because Korean people just love the floor. Like, we do everything on the floor. We sleep on the floor, eat on the floor, sit on the floor, watch TV on the floor. Everything is on the floor. Like traditional Korean household, we have no problem just sitting down, squatting down on the floor, sitting crisscross. Like, that's just our thing, right? And my kids since birth, like, I never made them sit on the floor. They just always naturally just gravitate to the floor. I don't know what it is. Even after I got these couches, my son still sits on the floor out here sometimes. And I'll be like, really? I gotta walk over your body to get to different parts of the room? Like, right? But anyway, so I figured the couches would save me some floor space because then I would make my kids congregate on the floor. But look at this. See this? See this little table right here on the floor? That's a little Korean table. We even have tables for the floor. And my son, that's his little mess. He likes to sit there. And like, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing video games down there. He's sewing. His little sewing machine he'll put on that little table. And he'll eat down there. Like, that thing folds up so you can put it away. But that's all he does. He just be on the floor all the damn time. And I'm like, y'all some real Korean behind ass kids. Like, why do you guys always be on the floor? You know what I'm saying? But they do. They love it. So I thought that I would be able to save them from floor life if I would get some couches up in here. And then my aunt, she's moving back to Korea soon. So she's got all this furniture in her house that she ain't doing nothing with and she's trying to get rid of. So she was like, yeah, I was going to just give it away or like do something with it. But do you guys want it? And I was like, yes. So we got the couches from her. So they're actually used couches, but yeah, no, Korean people kind of bougie. So they be buying a lot of like high quality things like furniture and stuff in their houses. Very, very high quality stuff. They don't mind spending money on it. So even though it is a used couch, it doesn't behave like one. It doesn't look like one. It's a pretty good quality couch. I ain't complaining about it. And my family was using it, so I know where it's been. So I didn't feel no kind of way about taking it. But it worked out. I think this actually goes together because I swear I saw a picture of a fashion pack that these pieces came in. I think. Let me see. Ooh, nice. I do like the skirt, but I don't necessarily like it paired with this top, even though I'm pretty sure that these came together. I just don't like the two together, but I do like this top on her, so I'm going to keep the top on her, and we're going to have to go with something else for the bottoms because this just doesn't look right to me, but that's just my opinion. That's just my silly opinion. What do I know? What else is down here for some bottoms? You know, Mattel, we need more pants. Let's get more fashion packs with pants, shorts, and non-skirt bottoms because I have skirts and dresses that will last years. I could put my dolls in nothing but dresses and skirts and like not run out of stuff to put them in for a year straight. And I don't like to use a lot of the skirts and dresses because they're just not my thing. Like, it has to be a very specific type of style for me to like a skirt or a dress. Like this is very different. I don't have anything like this in my doll collection, and I didn't anticipate it was gonna look like this on the doll's figure, like the way that it's fitting on the doll. So I'm impressed, but just based on the colors and the way it looked before I put it on the doll, I would have never thought to even try something like that on my doll, and then think I was gonna like it. Her hair is getting messy. But yeah, so most of my doll's clothes that I actually like do something with, interact with, are usually pants for the bottoms. I don't really like dresses and skirts that much. I feel like it's like a lazy way for them to produce clothes when they make dresses and skirts, just to save fabric and like time, because it takes more I guess detail to get pants sewn up correctly, and they don't want to waste the time and the fabric and the money on the pants. So unless they're like plain leggings like this, Mattel doesn't like to bother with making us jeans or like pants that look like actual pants that you would wear in real life. Rarely I feel like we get those, not as much as the dresses and skirts. They're just so much easier to sew than pants are. So I get it, but I mean, still, it's annoying. I like her better with these pants than the ones that I just had on her with the skirt. It just didn't look right. So I'm probably still going to end up switching her into a different pair of pants. Maybe some little short jeans might look better with this top. But for now, since I don't have them right in front of me, I'll keep her in these pants. But let's put shoes on you. I know I saw something purple in here. Where'd those purple shoes go? Here they go. 1, 2. All right, these are the purple shoes that came in this pack, and I'm gonna pair it with this because it matches. Why not? Yeah, so what do you guys think of my little thrift store haul? It's not a big haul, but the stuff that I found, I feel like I got a good deal, and the condition that they were in is pretty ideal for a thrift store doll. And then, when I look for thrift store dolls, I'm always looking for specific things. Like, the main thing I'm looking for is the face, the head, trying to see if it's something I can salvage and put onto another body perhaps. And the hair quality isn't so like messed up that it's not going to be able to be fixed and look decent when I'm done giving the doll the makeover. So that's what I'm looking for. And then sometimes I'm looking for joints, because there are sometimes dolls that I'll find that have horrendous faces, but their bodies will be the right kind of joints that I need to use as body donors. So when I come across that, it's always a keeper. I still have never found a Made to Move doll at a thrift store. That would be like amazing if I could, but bruh, it's not impossible. And I think other people that I know have actually found some Made to Move dolls at thrift stores. So it's not impossible. You just never know. I mean, look at all this new stuff that I just found with these fashion packs that shouldn't be there, but when I found this stuff, I actually was right about to give up and leave. I was like done with, shopping, and nothing else was catching my eye, and I was ready to just bounce. But as I was turning my head to like leave the aisle, and I was like turning my face to go down the aisle so we could leave, just the colors like caught my eye. I was like, what is this? And then I like picked up the pack, and it just had this mass of like stuff in it. And I was like, this stuff looks like it's almost new. Like, what is this doing here? And I couldn't quite see all the details of everything because they were all like overlapped with each other, packed up in the packs. But I could see enough where I was like, no. These are modern pieces in here, and I need to at least explore what could be in here, because I didn't think everything in here I was going to like. I thought maybe half of the stash was going to end up being like reject stuff that I'm not going to do anything with. But for $3.99, if the other half was stuff that I could use, it would have been worth it anyways. It's not a loss. So I was willing to take the risk. But I feel like 90% of the stuff in here I'm going to end up using. So it really worked out for me. But I mean, dang. If you could find stuff like this at the thrift store, then what else can you find there, So that's the great thing about thrifting. You just never know. And I suggest going to different thrift stores. Like, if you can go to different brands, different towns even. The one I found this stuff in is not in my local town. Like, I live in a suburb of Tacoma. So like the place that I went to was actually in Tacoma, but I don't live in Tacoma. So I had to kind of go out of town to find this stuff, and it was totally accidental. So it worked out. I'm thinking about getting Grace today because I kind of want another Naturalista. Daylight said Galaxy. I bought one full set to keep unopened for my hubby. Then got 2 of each to customize except for Grace, only of her. Tevin said Galaxy. I bought 2 on Thursday because they were on sale for $12.89. They were on sale for a day. I gotta go on Walmart and look and see if they have those Fresh Squad dolls because every time I try to order them, they never let me add it to the cart, and it's so annoying. And that's why I haven't gotten any all this time. Daylight said I meant only one of Grace. Galaxy said if I would have known about that sale, I would have zoomed in real quick. Tevin said I'm only missing Grace. Then when I get her, I'll have all of them. Really? Daylight said, dang, I can't type. Only one Grace. No, we saw it. Galaxy said I need to get Paige, but my stores are limited, so I had to order her online. Blake said I do everything on the floor or on my bed. Yeah, I'm definitely a bed dweller. My bed is my porch. Like I do everything on my bed. I almost did this live on my bed until I realized that Adonis would probably be coming home. Then you hear this background noise. Yeah, that's him watching TV. So I was like, no, I'm gonna end up using up too much space and making a bunch of noise, and then he can't relax. Daylight said I ordered all of mine online from Amazon, Target, Walmart. Amazon had them reduced. Not sure about now. Blake said my grandfather used to sleep on the living room floor right in front of the television despite having a television in his bedroom. My grandfather on my mom's side, my Korean grandfather, he literally just like, he had a spot in the living room. I guess you could call it a living room, but back then, Koreans, we didn't have like designated rooms. You just had these big rooms in your house, and then there were multifunctional rooms. But there was one little area in the room, like see how my couch is back there? Just imagine that spot with like a mat on the floor and a pillow and like blanket. Like that was his spot. And anytime you were looking for granddad, he was always in that spot, chilling, smoking his cigarettes. He would set up the little table like my son has over there in his little spot and just be hanging out over there. Like that was his corner of the room. And every time I imagine my grandfather in my mind, I always associate him just in his little corner in the room and always sitting on the floor smoking his cigarettes. Oh my gosh, memories. Those were the days. Galaxy said my Walmart had them all except Kelsey and Paige, and I want that purple shirt so bad. Yeah, where'd it go? Oh, I put it on her. Isn't it cute? I think I have another shirt like this in a different color because it reminds me of something I already have. But I think the one I have might have a print on it, like multiple prints. But I don't know for sure if it's the exact same style or if it's just similar looking. Nowadays they do, but back then they used to give us more fashion that can be used in everyday wear, like the Fashion Fever or some 2000s collector Barbies. Okay, so that's Galaxy saying that, and I wish they would keep doing that, but I swear they just keep getting lazier and lazier with the production and the quality of the stuff that they give. Aquamarine Dolls, hi, said it's been a while. Yeah, I like looking at thrift stores better because you can find things you can't find at stores nowadays. I like looking what I like to look for. Yeah, I think with the thrift stores, for me, sometimes it's a hassle because I already know that if I do find something, I'm gonna definitely have to do some kind of altering to the doll to make it like usable, I guess, in my collection. Like the bundle of dolls that I showed you guys earlier. If you were late coming into the live, I'll just show you real quick which ones they are. But anyway, so I just know I'm going to end up having to do something extra to the dolls, and that prospect makes me stay away from thrifting dolls because it's just too much hassle. But like these ones that I found, some of them I'll be like, no, it's too much of a waste to let them just rot away over here, or some wild child end up getting it and then they get destroyed because they're just playing all rough with it, and I'll see they look like they might have some value once they get more customized or cleaned up, so I'll grab those. But honestly, very few of my thrift store dolls that I thrift end up staying in my collection. It's almost like a guarantee I'm going to end up passing it on to somebody else once I clean them up. I think it's just the satisfaction of knowing like, oh my God, I saved it. Like I saved Pocahontas from a marker face. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that feeling that makes me just get them because they're such a low price. It's kind of like, what's $3? What's $2 for this doll that needs a little bit of help? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, like doll hospital status. The inner doll nurse in me, just, I can't let you just be here needing life support, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is for me. Gamer Dude said I need to hit a thrift store for dolls and accessories. I'm sure I can find something to customize. Yeah, man, really look. And the clothes pack, I didn't even find the clothes in the spot where they had the rest of the Barbies at, like where the whole pile of Barbies that they like to toss in a bucket somewhere. It wasn't over there with them. That's why I almost missed it. Like I almost didn't even see it. It was in a spot that had like trucks and other kinds of toys that you don't associate with dolls. So it was like meant to be, because I wasn't supposed to see that, but it just caught my eye. Daylight said, Galaxy, you're right. My doll fashions are old when they used real fabric. Fashion Avenue and my scene clothes. Poor Ken, he gets nothing but shorts. That's the worst. Y'all, I'm gonna try an experiment too, like I've been doing with the fabric paint, making clothes for my Barbies. I made them a bunch of pants and leggings. So now I'm gonna try to do pants for my boys and see if they look like they're usable when I put them together. Although I haven't made any of them from scratch. It's like I turned dresses into pants. So part of the piece, like this is a skirt here, but just as an example, I would split it in the middle and then I would glue the parts that are supposed to be sewn into legs. I would glue them up instead, and then they would fit just fine on the dolls. And unfortunately, we don't have anything like that with the boys, where you can turn like a different set of bottoms into another kind of bottoms, unless you just cut them and make them into shorts, which I ain't trying to do. So I probably would have to kind of make them from scratch. So I don't know. It's an experiment, but I feel like I'm ready to upgrade. So I'm going to try to make them from scratch with just like a regular pattern that I would use for sewing, and see if that works for me. Oh, Fashion Avenue and My Scene dolls had very good fashion pieces that can be used for everyday wear. That's Galaxy saying that. And I agree. I used to collect My Scene dolls. Oh my gosh, their clothes always got my attention. I was like, what? I would so wear this. And I would just, when I was a teenager, oh my goodness, Barbies. Like I forgot about Barbies for a good, I don't even know how many years I was collecting My Scene, but my whole doll shelf was only My Scene dolls. I didn't have one Barbie on my shelf because I had literally just lost interest in Barbie at that era, during that time when My Scene was really big. Just, I don't know, they just wasn't catching my eye like that. And the only places I was buying dolls from were in stores like Toys R Us. I didn't have any other resource to get dolls from, and I wasn't aware of any other resource to get dolls from at that time. I don't even know if there were, because the internet wasn't really a thing. So definitely people were not shopping online back then. So I had very limited options of where I could get dolls. And when I would go in the stores and be looking on the shelves, no, the only thing that caught my eye were My Scene dolls. There were Barbies being produced at the time, but just, I don't know, the dolls from that time frame, they just did not appeal to me. And I'm pretty sure they didn't really have much articulation either. So that would have really caught my eye if they did, but they didn't. So it wasn't really a thing. And also I wasn't aware that you could body swap and customize parts of your dolls back then. So my customizing for my dolls were really limited. I wasn't really customizing dolls like that. So whatever you came like was how I was going to keep you for the most part, except changing your clothes and your hair. And at the time, My Scene was like, it had everything I wanted a doll to have. And those faces, I'm telling you, man. Madison, like, I swear, she reminded me so much of at the time, she was my BFF, Roxy. And I don't know if you guys were around when Roxanne actually came to stay with us for a few months when we lived down south. And she was in some of our videos with us, but she's like my old high school friend. So at the time when I was in high school, she was a huge part of my life. And I was like, oh, I definitely need this doll on my shelf, because she reminded me of Roxanne so much. And I was like, I need this. I need my little Roxy on my shelf. So I ended up getting almost all of those My Scene dolls back then, but they were my life back then, y'all. Like, for real. I was like crying when my mom moved from the place we were at, because she moved when I wasn't staying with her at the time. And then when I came back home to visit, like, all my stuff was just all like in big trash bags and just strewn all over the place in her new spot. And I didn't know what she had thrown away because my mom is a throwawayer, okay? She that kind of person. She won't pack things when she moves. She throws away everything when she moves. And then when she gets to the new place, then she'll just reacquire all the things that she got rid of. She's just like that. She always been like that. She's the type of person because she never plans her moves. She's the kind of person that ends up like accidentally on a whim out of nowhere end up having to move last minute. So so there's just no organization in her moves. And she did the same thing. And then when I came home, like she even told me she was moving. I just came home for a visit and she's like, oh, we don't live there anymore. I was like, what? What the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Where's all my stuff? So I was in tears because I could not figure out where my dolls were. And then when I did find the bag that had my dolls in them, at the time I didn't have a place in New York because I was living in a different state and I couldn't haul all these bags of dolls back to the place where I was living at with me because I wasn't traveling in such a way that I could do that. So I had to like stash them somewhere. I gave them to my sister to stash in her house because at the time she was married and I thought she was the most stable out of all of us. So I gave them to my sister to hold on to. And she did for many, many years. But so, I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the line, that bag of stuff just got either ran through, like some kids got a hold of it and things started coming out of the bag, or it got lost or it got damaged. I don't know exactly what happened, but I didn't have access to the stuff in that bag anymore and it was filled with dolls. And I was just like, why even bother? So that was my second hiatus in doll collecting where I just gave up. I was like, I'm done. I've all of my doll stashes that I accrued in the past before this one were during my youth, like when I was a child or a teenager. And every single time I accrued those dolls, by the time that I ended up not having them anymore, it was always like some weird emergency situation that caused me to lose all the dolls at once. And I would get so traumatized and heartbroken because I would bond with my dolls when that would happen that I would just be like, screw it, whatever. I don't want to look at a Barbie again. And I would just stop even dealing with dolls for a long time until I would get over it and then try again. So this is actually my third buildup of dolls over the years, like on purpose trying to collect them and like actually have like a stash of dolls. And that almost happened again when we moved from Carolina to here. I had all my grails and all of my most important dolls with me when I came out here to Washington, because I had to come to Washington first and my family was still back in Carolina packing up. And then I had a stash of dolls that I had packed away that I told Adonis, bring this stuff with you. If you forget anything else, I won't be sad, I won't be upset. Make sure you bring these dolls though, because I couldn't bring them on a plane with me. But he did me one better. He not only brought those dolls, but he actually went and found some other dolls that I had just like, I didn't pack them up because I thought, well, whatever. If there's no room in the truck for these, I'm not gonna cry about it. And he still ended up bringing those dolls too. So I was like really surprised when I started unpacking things and like, oh my gosh, I thought I left this doll behind and you brought it, you know. But still, some of the dolls did end up getting left behind in Carolina. So it is what it is. It happens. But at least it wasn't my entire stash. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the whole everything I had built up is just gone. That would have been so devastating, especially now, because this collection of dolls that I have right now are probably my favorite collection of, you know, the ones that I've had in the past. And so that's what helps me to kind of get over the fact that I lost all those dolls in the past. But sometimes I just be thinking about them just out of nostalgic reasons. Like a few days ago, I was looking at somebody's doll collection on YouTube and she had a lot of vintage dolls. And some of the dolls that she was showing were dolls that I remember having as a kid, like Glitter Hair Barbie. That was my absolute first Barbie doll that I got when we moved to America that my aunt had gifted to me. And she was like my prized possession. I had her twice. I had her once as a blonde. That was the first time I got her. And then, no. The first time I got her, she was the brunette one because I like the brown-haired one. And she had, I think, am I right? Didn't she have this face? Did she have this face or superstar face? I think she had this face. I think. I'm not really sure. But anyways, so, oh no, she was a superstar, I think. So, Glitter Hair Barbie. And then later on, because I ended up losing that one in some move, I ended up, somebody for a birthday present gave me the blonde haired one. But those dolls, I loved those dolls. I loved their long hair. Like, I was so obsessed with the long hair. Weren't we all? Like, hair play was the thing back in the 90s. Everybody wanted long haired dolls, and those were like the most popular dolls, I think. And I loved that freaking doll. And then I had Butterfly Princess Barbie. Butterfly Princess Barbie. Remember that stupid song? Oh my god. From the commercial. And then all the little butterflies fluttering all over the freaking place. Ugh. It's like so annoying, but it was so like, I was so obsessed with the butterflies because they had like a, what kind of material was it? It was like shiny like this. Where'd that thing go? It was like this, like kind of like shiny like this. And I don't know. My Asperger's was kicking in back then. I was like obsessed with them little shiny butterflies. I just wanted that doll so bad, and somebody gave her to me for a birthday present. I freaking loved that doll. And I think I want to say I had the blonde one for that one too. I had a lot of white dolls back then because I didn't like the black dolls that were available. I just didn't like them. I didn't like the way that they would do the screening for the faces. They just were too smiley and too many bright colors in the face, and I just thought they looked crazy. So I couldn't get with it. And like they always had like the big bushy hair, and I was like, nah, I'm good. So I would end up getting either Teresa or sometimes the Barbie versions, but usually it would be Teresa, Kayla, like the red hair, the brunette ones, the tan ones. Those were the ones that I always ended up picking. And then if people gifted them to me, then it would either be the white one, or sometimes it would be Kira, like the Asian looking dolls, which I was fine with. So yeah, but now when I like think back, when I see like reminders of that stuff, I'll be like so nostalgic. I'll be like, should I get one? Like I'll be thinking about it. I'll go on eBay and start looking. And then as I'm looking, I'll just be like, nah. Because the way that I collect now, the way that my dolls look, they're just so different looking than those dolls from back then. Like the hair quality is different. And I just know I'm just going to be like, no. Because if I get you, I'm going to take you out of these clothes. I'm going to put you onto a different body. You're not going to look like glitter hair Barbie no more. You're going to look like a completely different person. And then the nostalgia of it won't even be there because you don't look like how you're supposed to look. I just know this already. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I just be like, still, should I just get one anyway? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll cave. I feel like of all the ones that I used to have, the only doll that I ever feel like I really want to add is either one of the glitter hair doll Barbies, or another one that I super was obsessed with was those mermaid jewel dolls, jewel hair mermaid, whatever it's called. Oh, them dolls used to be my life. I was so obsessed. I think I had, which one did I have? I want to say I had the one with the red hair. And she's like my favorite one, the Midge. But she's so expensive. I feel like the Midge one is more expensive than the other mermaid dolls. So I don't know. And the whole point of it would be to get her with the outfit and all of that. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because I know it's strictly for nostalgia and nothing else. And there's nothing about those dolls that appeal to my senses now with the taste that I have in dolls. Like they just don't. But sometimes I just be like, should I just do it? I don't know. I don't want to get them and then just have them like hiding in a freaking drawer and never being seen. You know what I mean? That's why I don't want to get it unless I know for sure. But I just be so tempted sometimes, you guys. Aquamarine said I like Midge too. I remember the Mermaid Barbies. I think I had one when I was little, but that's when Mattel actually put the effort in the quality. Yeah, agreed. Tevin said back then the dolls were too similar to the white dolls back then. That's what stood out about all three, Shani, Imani, and Kenya dolls. Black Barbie back then was white. Barbie dipped in brown paint. Exactly, and I just was like, I'm good. Aquamarine said, I love Teresa. She's my favorite Barbie, and I love Christy. Yeah, back then, which mold is this, you guys? What is this mold? This is, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. This is not shiny, right? No, this is something else. What is this face sculpt? Why is her name escaping my brain cells? Whose face is this? Somebody knows. Tevin knows. I don't remember if I ever used to even see the sculpts back then. I probably did, but like I said, the way that they would paint the dolls, be having like bright orange lipstick. Nichelle, that's right. There you go. Yeah, this is the Nichelle sculpt. And they would have like, remember the eyeliner, the eyeshadows would be like just so bright and crazy colors, but on their dark skin tones, I always thought it looked like clown makeup because I don't know no black women walking around looking like this. And when we moved from Korea to America, we moved straight to North Philly, deep in the hood, and it was nothing but black people around us. So I'm not imagining it. I'm looking at them right around me. I don't see no women in here with bright orange lipstick and multicolored eyeshadow. That's not how they look. You know what I'm saying? So I just could not get with it. I just was like, this is so unrealistic. Even back then, when I was a kid, I just felt like the Barbies should represent reality, even though they're fantasy, even though they're for, make believe. But I was pretending through my dolls, like I would pretend that real life scenarios were happening. So all the storylines that I would play would be things really happening to a person in real life. Like my dolls just had regular jobs. They just go to work. They had kids. They were just being regular people. They weren't like, they weren't fairies flying around in the sky. Like in my kid brain, that was not the way that I wanted to play with my dolls. So I wanted the doll itself to look like a person, not like a cartoon character. You know what I'm saying? So like that just didn't appeal to me. But now things have changed so much. And speaking of change, I also saw somebody do a review of a Mimi doll. Mimi is the Korean version of Barbie, okay? So Mimi. Mimi's World is the name of the brand that Korean Barbie is, made by. And I used to play with those dolls when I was in Korea. So Mimi was actually my first fashion doll experience. It ain't nothing to write home about. You ain't missing nothing, trust me. Before I upgraded to Barbies, because I don't know why my parents just didn't buy me any Barbies when we lived in Korea. But I had bought a Mimi doll, again, out of nostalgic reasons, some years ago, and I think I did a little review on here. I hated her. I was like, what the hell? Like, she was like bald-headed. Like, she had so many open spots in her scalp. It was just so horribly rooted, and then the hair quality sucked, and I was like, it's been all these years, and y'all still did not upgrade these dolls. Can y'all stop? I thought Koreans were perfectionists. What are y'all doing? This is a shame. So I ended up I don't even know. I wouldn't even be surprised if I threw that doll in the garbage can. Like, I don't even think I thought it was worth reselling because it was such a mess. Like, the face was completely weird. Like, her face looked like somebody had, like, stepped on it and it was, like, squished like this. And then the eyes were completely wonky. Like, you can't even play it off. It was just, there was no way it couldn't be wonky because the vinyl on the head had, like, gotten figured or something. And I ordered that doll online on, like, Amazon or something. So I couldn't, like, know what I was going to get until she arrived. All her clothes were amazing. The quality of the clothes were really good. But the doll itself was garbage. I was like, what the heck? And then just recently I saw somebody doing a review of Mimi, like within the past few months. And I was like, let me see how bald-headed his doll gonna be, right? So just out of curiosity, I was about to be in that comment talking junk. I was about to be like, I could have told you that. I don't know why you did it. I was about to be like, just talking junk in the comment section, right? And then as the review was going, I was like, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Does she have hair? Like, I was so surprised. And then the doll had joints. Her whole body was jointed. It wasn't made to move joints, but she had articulation, which I'd never seen in a Mimi doll. They never came with any articulation. They had those weird rubbery limbs that you can bend and move around, and it just looked ridiculous. So I was like, okay, are we upgrading? Let me find out, right? So I ended up looking on eBay yesterday to just see, because I was like, I just want to see. I don't see any listings on Amazon for Mimi, but I did see them on eBay. What was funny about it to me, though, was that they did upgrade the bodies, which is a huge plus, and it looked like they all had a full head of hair from what I could see in the pictures, but of course, you never know until you actually look at the doll. But I know also the vinyl that they use for Mimi dolls for the head, it's very plasticky. It's like the dollar store plastic kind of vinyl. So unless they're using the soft kind of vinyl that these guys are made from, I feel like it's still not really that much of an upgrade. And then on top of that, the face sculpt for Mimi looks almost identical to the ones that I used to play with as a kid. I'm 37. I used to play with those things before the age of 9. So I'm like, that's an old ass sculpt. Like, y'all have not made no new sculpts since then. I mean, damn. What is going on? Like, I know if you're still in business, y'all got the money to make another sculpt. Is Mimi ever going to come up with a new sculpt for their dolls? I wish they would, because I would actually invest and try them out if they had more variety. But, like, The only thing they have variety in is the hair texture and color. And I just don't get it. Like I don't know. That nothing about that appeals to me. After all this time, I would have expected for my people, okay, to wake up and smell the diversity coffee or tea in their case and get with the program, okay? Because there's a lot of Barbie collectors who are very keen on trying out different brands other than Barbie to add to their fashion doll collections. And I would love to be able to advocate for Mimi dolls here and tell you guys to go buy them and try them out and add them to your collections to have something different in your collection. But I just don't trust the brand. I just feel like y'all could do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the price too, because you're importing them from another country since they don't manufacture them here, they're at least $45 on eBay before shipping for the cheapest ones. So if I'm spending $45, of course their clothes are very high quality, very good looking clothes, and the style of the dolls are there, but I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll experiment and take the risk one of these days and try out the ones that are newer that have the new jointed bodies. Just my curiosity is like, making me think it's worth it to just try it, because that's what I did with the first one I ordered that I ended up hating. But I did love all the clothes, so I ended up keeping all the clothes and doing something with the clothes. But just I don't know if it's worth it, you guys. So if you ever see a Mimi doll over here, then that's the backstory of Mimi. Just understand that my review of those dolls is not biased because I'm a Korean. I'm looking at them objectively like I would any other doll, and I will just have to give you my honest opinion about them because what else can I do, But let me know in the comment section if you're hearing me say this and you had a different experience with Mimi dolls than what I've experienced, or if you've tried any of the newer ones and you have a report to give us, because I'm very curious about them. But I just be like, dang, if only they would try making maybe one or two other face sculpts along with Mimi to add to that collection. How diverse and fun would they be? I don't expect for them to make them in different skin tones, because Korean people think this is the best skin tone ever, and it's the only skin tone that anybody should ever be preoccupied with. So I don't expect for them to create more skin tones for those dolls, even though 2022 in Korea is not like how it was when I was a kid. There's a way more different varieties of people living there now. There's way more people from other countries living there. A lot more mixed people are there now. And even Koreans themselves, a lot of them are coming back to Korea from other countries where they either were born or grew up at. And they're just bringing their skill sets back to Korea. So they have these more diverse outlooks in just lifestyles and like races of people now. If you go to Korea, it's not going to look like how it was when I was a kid. But even still, I don't know that they want to really represent that in their toy industry enough to actually manufacture dolls that look different, because there's this like underlying understanding amongst Koreans that we don't like change. We just like what we like, and that's just what it is. And that's why a lot of K-pop stars all look the same, because they think that that's what sells. If we add anything different, it's going to mess up the sales. People aren't going to like it. People are going to complain. So let's not even go there. They're too afraid to try anything new, But I wish they would, though. I just for a joke, even like just April Fools, one time, just to make a point. Mimi, can y'all do something? Like, can we get it together? Aquamarine said, I do like there's more diversity with the dolls, and the fashion looks so freaking cheap. Come on, that's why most dolls aren't selling much. Well, from my opinion, yeah, I agree with you. Gamer said, what does it say? June planning, or the doll, or the J doll was was one of my favorite doll brands. Oh, okay, yeah, those are Korean dolls. I don't think I have any of those. I think I found some actually at Tuesday Morning some years ago, and then just for kicks, I listed them on Craigslist. I just wanted to see if I would get any like notice. No lie, within like a day, somebody who collects those dolls got in touch with me, and she bought all of them off of me, and I was like, whoa, okay. So I never even got to take them out of the box and like handle them to see what they were like. Aquamarine said the dolls at Walmart, the fashionistas, are like $8, I think, or $8.95. At Target, it's like $10, I believe. I'm like, no, thank you. Tammy said, I try to buy older clothes if the price is good. Hi, Tammy. Galaxy said, gonna head out to Walmart to get Grace. My Walmart still has no Naturalistas in them at all. None. No fresh Squad, no fresh dolls, no anything except Barbie, Rainbow High, like the usual typical stashes of dolls that we see in most of the stores. LOL. Those are the only ones that I ever see at my Walmart. It's so frustrating. Tevin said at Aquamarine, that's not why dolls aren't selling. They're not selling because the target market, kids and preteens, lose interest in dolls younger and younger. Now that's why MT is winning the doll market. But here's the thing: if the target market is losing interest in the dolls, then wouldn't you be revamping your product to match the taste of that target audience? And if that's not working, then you gotta figure out what other audience to cater to, because kids ain't the only ones that buy dolls. Adults buy dolls. We know this. I mean, we're part of the adult doll collecting community. We be going in on them dolls. You know what I'm saying? I think, honestly, I think most of the money that toy brands see as far as dolls are concerned is coming from adults. Collectors, I think, spend more money on dolls overall than parents who are looking for toys for their kids. But they don't cater to us like that, because I don't know why. It's just a narrative that I feel like they want to push, where they, a lot of these toys are part of social engineering. We reflect our reality through toys, and sometimes it's the reality they want to push onto society. They'll reflect in the toys, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So a lot of times the toys are not really there to appease the taste of the child. It's to shape the taste of the child, so that when that child gets older, they become more and more desensitized to certain things, and they just feel comfortable moving in certain arenas because they got kind of like indoctrinated from playing with certain kinds of things. They just got used to it. For example, there was a time when there was like working girl Barbie. The big deal was that she was a working girl. Why is that a big deal? Because it happened during a time when women were not really working like that outside the house. So they would use these toys to indoctrinate the children who were playing with those toys with the thought process of, I'm a girl, but I could get a job and go work outside the house. And you're playing with your toys, pretending that Barbie is going to work, right? She's coming with all these outfits and accessories that reflect going to work, versus aprons and oven mitts and long dresses and comfy clothes that you wear around the house while you're doing your house chores, when there was a time where women were considered basically just housewives. But how do you indoctrinate a whole generation into waking up tomorrow and saying, I want to go to work, instead of being a housewife? Well, with play. So that's what they would do. They would make toys that reflected how they wanted society to behave. And then the parents just absentmindedly are buying their children these toys, not really thinking about what it represents. And then they playing with them. And that's why diversity was such a big deal when it comes to toy representation, because people were like, wait a minute, everybody don't got blonde hair and blue eyes. Even white people, everybody's not blonde haired and blue eyed. Why don't we have more variety than this? Let's represent reality, right? So that's where we get all this diversity from as far as the toys are concerned. But like, sometimes they're trying to reflect what is reality, but sometimes they're trying to influence what is reality through the toys. And that's how you end up with certain kinds of toys that just represent certain different things. Yeah, so some of that stuff is on purpose, y'all. Fresh Dolls and Natural Releases are trying to better their dolls too. Tammy said, I bought a mermaid Barbie with purple hair and put her on articulated body yesterday. I love doing that. I love taking those, like, all schools will be closed. Wait, what? I just got a notification. There's no school tomorrow. If there's a little bit of snow, watch all this stuff be melted in the morning. Aquamarine said, okay, I see what you are saying. Well, what I said was just my opinion. Tevin said more Playline doll companies need to cater towards adult collectors, like MGA is doing with the Bratz now. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if they cater to the adults, we'll buy it. Because we have specific things that we're looking for in our dolls, right? Which is why, like, Barbie Looks, that line was so popular, because it had everything that the adult collectors want, Kids, who cares? Maybe they like them, maybe they don't, but they're not going to appreciate the things we appreciate about the Barbie Looks line, just in general. So that's, but the sales for those dolls should reflect how supportive the adult community is when it comes to purchasing dolls and supporting the brands, especially when they look the way we want them to look and have the functionality that we're looking for. Galaxy said, one of my recent purchases was an Addams Family Barbie set with Morticia and Gomez, and Morticia has the Bob Mackie face sculpt Oh, I think I saw that somewhere. I think I saw a picture of them. I love Adam's Family. My favorite character is Wednesday, of course. And now that they have this new like Wednesday Netflix show, who knows? Maybe we'll get some Wednesday Adam's Family themed things somewhere along the line. Maybe we'll see. If it gets really popular, maybe they'll make something like that. But I wouldn't mind seeing them as dolls. That would be kind of fun. They need to step up their game for real, said Aquamarine. Tevin said dolls like 18-inch dolls are selling better than Barbie type dolls now. A lot of kids and preteens still collect AG. Daylight said Aquamarine Walmart online marks theirs down often, sometimes $5. I rack up. Some are not fashionistas but look the same. A doll, dress, and shoes. Aquamarine said, yeah, they have great deals. I would only buy the fashionista when it's on sale. I bought 3 fashionista dolls from Target, only $3.84 each. Ding ding ding, you are today's winner. Tevin said even the Bratz social media is catering to the adult audience, even the animated TikToks. I think that's smart. I think that's really smart marketing. I think they're paying attention to the trends. They're paying attention to the doll community in general because we talk the most about dolls. Kids don't be online talking about dolls like that, y'all. Can we all stop, like, fronting? They don't. I'm not saying they don't like dolls. I mean, if you look at my Froggy stuff, most of her audience are children, so it's not like they're not interested in it. But just the level of intuitiveness that us adults bring to this game is, like, you cannot measure the intuitiveness that a kid would have compared to an adult. You know what I'm saying? Who's spending our own hard-earned money on these things. Kids, they're at the mercy of their parents. You gotta beg your mommy and daddy to buy you the doll. So it's like, unless I convince you to buy it, and every kid don't got it like that, to just be telling their mom, oh, I want this doll next. Some of us do, but some of us don't. You feel me? So if I was those companies, I would be like, I'm not saying just don't count the kids at all. I'm saying I wouldn't focus so much more on what the kids want versus what adults want, because the teens and the adults who are into dolls are bringing the most money to the company. Or I should say they would bring you more money if we actually had something to spend it on. It's like as often as I go to the store and look in the aisles to see what I want, if there's anything new that catches my eye. Tevin, every time we talk to Tevin, he's got a new stash of dolls he's telling you about. We out here looking. I'm looking for something to spend the money on. Give me something to spend it on. You know what I'm saying? What is y'all waiting for? But instead you want to be preoccupied with what 6-year-olds are doing. And clearly the statistics show they lose interest every year at a lower and lower age. So what is the point of doing that? It's like you're trying to make yourself go out of business. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Aquamarine said, not to change the subject, but y'all seen the new Wednesday show on Netflix? I only saw the first episode. I watched more than the first episode. I was watching it because my daughter wanted to see it. I was a little irritated that Wednesday's character, to me, feels very different than the Wednesday that we originally associate with Christina Ricci's character. But Christina Ricci's in the show, so that was nice to see her make like a cameo on there. But I don't know if her character's gonna stay on the show or if it was just for that episode. But I was like, it was like my heart just was like at ease when I saw her face, because I was like, okay, it's Christina approved, okay, right? She's involved, but that don't really mean nothing. I mean, who knows? But I don't like the wokety wokeness of some of these shows because it's just too distracting from the storylines. It's like you're trying to convince me too hard that I need to be preoccupied watching this budding LGBT love story, this budding feminazi girl who's trying to save the day and beat everybody's butt, this budding whatever storyline they're trying to like drill down our throats is more important than the actual plot line. And I'm like, that's distracting. I don't care. Like, who cares? It's like earlier when I was talking about being poly. Like, if it's not part of my discussion topic, if this isn't affecting what's going on in my interaction with you, why do I need to let you know that I'm poly right now, at this moment in time while we're interacting? I gotta just do a whole bunch of stuff to let you know I'm poly, by the way, and also I work here at Checkers. Like, why do we need to do that? It's distracting. Heterosexual people don't do that. They don't walk around announcing to everyone who they're dating, what they're doing, why they're dating them, representing it through their dress, through their speech. We don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not important to what's going on right now. It's just irrelevant. Like, race is different because you can see the person's race. They're right in front of you. Who is this calling me? Who is Sarah Shukashukashiki? I can't pronounce that last name. Nah, that's not nobody calling. That's the school. And where I live, the kids in this district, Whenever something's going on at school, they send you a text message, an email, and a phone call. All three, all saying the same stuff. And I don't need to answer the phone for the school just to. They sent me an email already saying the school's closed. That's what that was. But anywho's in. So I want to like the show, and it wasn't annoying enough for me to turn it off when I was watching it. But just the vibe of it, I felt like I thought it was supposed to be a comedy. Like, isn't the Addams Family a comedy? It's like a spooky comedy, right? It wasn't really making me laugh. It was like so serious and dark. And there were some parts that I think was supposed to be comic relief, but I didn't get it. And I was like, what is this, like millennial humor? I don't get it. It was just weird. And then the characters that they had in there, they're all like, it feels almost like Monster High, kind of, you know? That's the vibe I was getting when I was watching it. It didn't feel like Addams Family. Like, the whole brand is totally different. The parents, I don't understand their choices for the actors that they picked for the mom and dad. Like, Morticia is being played by, is it Catherine Zeta-Jones that's playing her? I think it is. I love her as an actress. She's beautiful. I just love looking at her. Oh my God, I wish I had a Barbie that looks like her. She's so gorgeous. But other than that, I mean, other than that, I don't know. I don't know if the personality was really there. And then the dad's character, Gomez, yeah, I ain't trying to play this actor, okay? I ain't trying to play him as a person. And I've seen him in other stuff. He's a great actor. But the character of Gomez, I really associate Gomez's character with a beautiful, statuesque man. He's the actor who plays Gomez in all the movies. I don't remember his name, but like, he's a very handsome Hispanic man. Like, he's really, really good looking. And the character is supposed to be like, you know, some kind of like dark, spooky guy or whatever. I get that, but I'm still like, the look of the character plays some part in the way that the representation of the character he's playing. You know what I'm saying? He's very suave, like, you know, he's supposed to be charismatic. I'm looking at this dude, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? I can't believe that Morticia would have fell in love with this guy and like take him serious and then produce these children with him. I just can't. Like, it just doesn't look right. I don't know. Something ain't right. Something don't look right in that dynamic. And I also feel like the dad character seems very soft. Like, he don't really seem like he got much of a backbone. I don't know. But to me, that's just very not like the Addams Family that I'm used to. Again, like with these dolls, the media, toys, these things, these are not always just to entertain us. They are to shape our ideas of what society is supposed to be looking like and how we fit into society. So they will create narratives through the toys, through the media, to make people believe that this is normal, this is the norm, and this is what we're doing now. And if you don't do this, then something is wrong with you. So they'll just present it to us like it's just common sense. Everybody just knows this is what it is. So if those kids that are watching this show has no clue what the Addams Family is, like my daughter, she don't know what the Addams Family is. If they see this show and that's their first introduction to these characters, that's how it's going to be embedded into their minds. You understand what I'm saying? But the story it's not the original way that it was supposed to be. I don't know. I just feel like it has so much I wanted to like it because I like the Addams Family brand. I wanted to like it. I wanted to feel like this is a show I can get into and watch with my kids, and we can kind of, you know, get into it together. Like Harry Potter, I feel like that about Harry Potter because they stuck to the story. They stuck to the books. I read every single Harry Potter book in sequence when they came out, and the movies almost exactly the same stuff. Even the dialogue is like almost exactly from the book. The only difference is that a lot of things got left out because it's too long, so they can't make it into one movie without taking something out from the story. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, everything's almost exactly the same. And the few changes that they made, like some of the characters, they made a different race than, I guess, whatever the character was supposed to be in the book, but it didn't make any difference to the actual character because their race played no part in their personalities and their lives. So it didn't matter that they were a different race in the movie, if that makes sense. Like, I think there was a character who started off white, but then he ended up black in the movie. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So things like that I can tolerate. But like the whole storyline is different. The characters are different. It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like Wednesday's character, should be really likable. Something about Wednesday where she was like quirky and like creepy and inappropriate, but also adorable at the same time. Somehow, I don't know. If she had black hair, I feel like she could pull off being a Wednesday lookalike. If we had black hair and like styled her the right way, that face sculpt just reminds me a lot of like Christina Ricci when she was that age. So, you know, she was like cute. She was cute, but she was also creepy, and that's what made her like a fun character to follow in the story. I loved Wednesday's character. She probably like, I don't know, she brought a lot of charm to that the story. But that's what I was hoping for, and just something about this new actress that they're using. To me, she has no charisma. She just doesn't like, she doesn't capture my attention long enough when I'm looking at her on screen to make me want to keep following what she's doing. It just feels like just messy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I gave it more than just one episode. I wanted to give it a chance, and I just don't see myself picking up from where I left off to continue watching the show. My kids do watch the show when they're like, you know, just doing stuff around the house and they want noise. They'll turn it on. It'll be playing in the background, but even they're not really paying attention to it. So that's how I know, like, nah, this isn't going to last too long. I don't think so. It's just, I don't know. And then, like, the girl that they have playing that character, the bald head black girl that's like a fencing rival that she has. Bro, like, I'm looking at this girl and I'm like, she don't even look like a teenager. She looks like a grown, like a 30-year-old woman. Is this a child? Like, I'm like trying to figure out what age she's supposed to be. She looks old and she sounds old. Like, she doesn't seem like a teenager that's believable to me. I don't get it. But whatever. I don't know. It's just bizarre, you guys. Like, Wednesday's character, you could tell she was a kid. She seemed like a kid. All her peers around her seemed like children, and it was very believable, whatever conflicts she was having with the other kids around her. I don't know if you guys saw that one where she was at like the camp, and everyone's all chipper and happy at the camp, and she's like mad gloomy and like creepy. Just the contrast of the kids that she was with, it was just all like totally believable, even though it's ridiculous and hilarious and funny, but like that was what made it charming. They just, who directed this? Who wrote this? Stop. Like, the wokety wokeness is really dragging a lot of entertainment downhill. I'm not saying don't be woke. I'm not saying don't have these ideologies to make our society better so people get along better. Absolutely. But it's a time and a place. Like, it's not, you don't need to insert that into everything, especially with kids. Like, kids ain't preoccupied with all this nonsense. They just living their lives and enjoying their childhoods and being carefree. Why are we inserting all this unnecessary stress into these dialogues that children are being exposed to? It just makes no sense to me. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I don't know, but maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Okay, so let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah, that's her playing that role, right? Curvy Yoga Barbie was cheap. I bought 4 of those. Where do you get those from? The curvy ones you talking about? Tevin, the redhead curvy one? Yeah, which one are you talking about? Aquamarine said, our teacher used to read the Harry Potter books back in the day. I love Harry Potter. I like the old Wednesday better. Me too. The truth is, I paused the episode so many times. Me too. And I had to rewind so many times because I was like, what's going on? Like, I couldn't figure out what the hell was even happening. The plot was so confusing. I was like, why is she so mad? Like, y'all, for real, like, I feel like this deserves like its own separate life. Just talking about this damn show. I was like, why is this girl so mad? Like, Wednesday, she's just cranky. Like, why are you so bitter and cranky and upset at everybody and everything? And she's rude, and she's like not listening to anyone, just blatantly not listening to people. I don't remember Wednesday being like that. She just had some kind of like a little bit of charisma to her character. I don't get it. She's so violent. She's like whooping everybody. You killing people. Like, we're in high school, right? What world is this that you guys live in, that y'all just murdering people at school and then they just switch you to a different school? Like, shouldn't you be in jail? What is happening? I'm so confused, and everyone's all nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, that's the girl that strangled someone in her last school. Like, what? Vanity says, is that black male doll supposed to be Killmonger? Oh snap, he's not. But I could see where you got the connection from, though. I bet you somebody could actually turn him into that character if they wanted him to look like the actor who plays Killmonger. Cause yeah, I can see that. But no, he's not supposed to be. Daylight said, Tevin, I bought some of her too, closed mouth one, but she needs a new lip color. The mauve is not working. The medium skin cornrow Ken was or is $5 at Walmart. I bought lots of him too. Tammy said the writing makes the show. Absolutely. Aquamarine said I bought Fashionistas 185, 86, and 93. Hi, Florida Fox. I love the new Wednesday. Do you think we will get dolls of her? I hope that they do make some Adams Family themed dolls. That'll be so interesting to see. And even though I personally don't like the character she's playing, because I know you're a lot younger than me, so I don't know if this is your first exposure to Adams Family. Probably not, but if it is, then I could see why the kids from this generation would be like in love with that character. But those of us from the old school that know what the real Wednesday was like is like she falls so short. She trying too hard. But the girl who's playing her, she's very pretty. So if they did make a doll of her, I would love to have one because I would probably take her out of all of the original clothes and totally restyle her and have just another doll with that face in my collection would be so amazing. But we'll see. I donated different doll heads, and Daylight said, Aquamarine, that's cool. I can't keep up. Wish they gave them names. I know, right? Tevin said, I donated the new Totally Hair Kira on the Kirby MTM body. What do you guys think about the Barbie Rewind? Kira, and who's the other one that they just produced along with her? Man, I can't even picture it in my mind. Is it a black doll? I don't remember what sculpt. I do remember the Kira, though. But from the pictures that I saw, have those dolls dropped yet? They haven't come out yet, right? Are they just like promo shots that we've been seeing? I don't know, but I don't think I like them, and that's really not me to say I don't like a Kira doll. There's very few Kiras that I don't like. The ones that I don't like that are from like recent productions are BMR 1959. I don't like that version, even though the sculpt they use for that version is the one that has the grooves and the face features, which I like better than the flat face one that they have for the fashionistas. But her face up is very blank stare-ish, and so that's what I don't like about her. And the one that I have, I've been restyling her and kind of like customizing her so she looks a little bit better to me now. But once I get her all together, then I'll show you guys how she's turning out. But very rare for me to not like Kira. And then the other one I don't like is that one, the rewind version. I don't know what it is about that doll, the way that they styled the doll. I don't know if it's the colors. I don't know if it's the face up. Something about it seemed like it's missing something. Like, I don't know why, but I don't know. And like, it's very busy. Like the rewind dolls, some of them, they be having just too many colors, too many prints, too many ruffles, too many different like textures going on all at one time. And I don't know what to focus on when I look at them, and like, it's just too confusing looking. So for me, it's going to be probably a no for that doll. I don't know. Maybe it's just the pictures I've seen so far. Maybe in person they'll look different. So I'm still keeping an eye on her. But right now, the maybe is leaning towards a no for that doll for me. But what do you guys think if you have seen any pictures of that version of the Rewind Kira? I mean, I was like excited because I was like, oh snap, they got an Asian face for this next wave. That'd be great. But then what happened? What happened? And you got to also understand, for me, when I look at dolls, I'm always imagining them out of their original clothes, out of their original hairstyle, out of their original state, because I'm almost certainly going to change all that stuff on the doll. So like naturally that's what I do. Like this one, she's supposed to be Madam CJ Walker when I got her, but ain't no Madam CJ Walker about this doll. You know what I'm saying? They don't even give her own face sculpt. So I knew when I bought her that I was going to end up restyling her and totally changing her out of the clothes and everything. She wasn't going to be looking like no Madam CJ Walker when I got done doing what I need to do with the doll. So that's how I like project whether or not I think the doll is going to make it into my collection. And I'll like it. But Kira, girl, I don't know what happened, girl. I don't know what they did to that girl, but she just, something doesn't look right. Something is missing. I lost count how many dolls I have now. I have to downsize, but it is hard. It is. Gamer Dude said I have Killmonger head sculpt. Oh, do you? Florida Fox said, I love her. I think she did an amazing job. The doll closest to her is the curvy Carl with pink plaid dress. Kim K. Aquamarine said it would be interesting to see the dolls of the Addams family. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine them making the dad character with the actor's face from this show? What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would prefer to have the original Gomez face, okay? Aquamarine said I would be interested to see the dolls. Daylight said, Tevin, I thought about getting Rainbow High to put Barbie heads on. Really? I wonder what that would look like. I want to do Rainbow High's head on Barbie bodies and see how that works. Is that possible? Or are their heads too big? Is the hole in the head too big? Tevin said it was the 80s Christy sculpt. Those are not out yet. I don't have second one. Oh, yeah. Okay. It was Christy. That's right. Yeah. So I feel like both of them I'm probably end up not getting unless they go on sale. And I'm just curious about them. But nah, I don't even know if I'll be curious enough because the other waves of Barbie Rewind dolls after the first wave, I haven't added any of those to my collection either. And I feel like at least one of those dolls must have gone on sale by now, but I ain't even checking for them. Aquamarine said, I like the 90s and 2000 Barbies the most. Me too. Even the late 80s. Tammy said, does anybody have an articulated Silkstone Barbie? I do. I have an articulated. Both of mine are articulated. I only wanted them because they were articulated. And I love their articulated bodies. They're very like heavy and just you can feel the weight when you hold them, which I love. Raul Julia, yes, says Blake. And Aquamarine said, no, I can't. And yeah, Blake is talking about the actor who plays the original Gomez. He's a beautiful man. Florida said, new Gomez is just creepy. Gave me molester. Yeah, exactly, right? Thank you. Like, it doesn't work. Something about him just don't work. And it's already a creepy character. That's why I think it works so well that the original actor is this beautiful, good-looking man playing this creepy guy because it kind of offsets the creepiness because he's so charming and charismatic and likable. So it works together. But with the new guy, like, it's just like, really? I can't believe that Catherine Zeta-Jones's character, that face, met that guy and was like, yeah, let's do this. I can't even believe it. It just doesn't and his character's not charismatic enough to pull that off. He just ain't. He just looks like he's just like a blob just sitting there and breathing like where is the personality of these people? I don't get it, y'all. That's another reason why these Wokity shows be getting on my nerves. Whoever the main characters are, especially when the main character is a female, they love to water down the personalities of everyone else around that character, especially the males. And I'm like, if you gotta down somebody around you to lift yourself up, something is backwards here. That's not how it works. That's not how confidence works. That's not how security works. That's ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? Like, insecure people do that. I gotta diss you so I can feel better about myself. No, if you're a secure, confident person, you can surround yourself with other secure, confident, fabulous people and just be fine. You're not in a competition with nobody because there's nobody like you. There's no competition. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know why. What is it? That's why I'd be like, this is not empowering to females. It's not empowering a woman to say, in order for you to shine, everyone around you has to be a dud. What is that? I got to hang out with losers so people will think that I'm about something? I don't want to do that. No, I want to hang out with other winners. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, real winners hang out with other winners. They don't go looking for losers so they can make themselves feel better. That's weird. That's what insecure people do. That's not what secure people do. And I feel like if you're trying to empower females, teach them how to be more secure. You can be around strong men and still be a strong woman. You can be around smart people and still be a smart woman. You can be around other people with talent and still be a talented woman. It's not taken away from you as a woman because people around you also have value. You know what I mean? It's the most weirdest thing. I just don't get it. Like, it's so bizarre. They don't do this with like movies and media where it's male-centric main characters. They be around other strong, smart, independent, valuable men and still pull off their characters. They be around other strong, smart, independent, beautiful women and they can still pull off that character because it's not taking away from your character. What is happening? Like, America, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Hello, it's not helping anyone. It's just giving people more and more of a complex, because I run into so many women that constantly think somebody's judging them because they're women. They constantly feel like they have to prove to everyone. It's the same thing like I was saying about the LGBTQ thing. Like, I don't need you to announce to me that you are gay. Can we just interact? I don't need you to announce you're an independent woman to me. It's fine. Like, if you're an independent woman, just be one. You don't need to announce it to me. Men don't do that. Men don't walk around reminding everyone that they're independent and they can live on their own, take care of themselves, do things that they want to do. They don't do that. Like, it's not, you don't need to do that. It's okay. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? What is happening? It's like these people are just walking around thinking that people are judging them when they're not, thinking that they need to announce themselves to everyone when they don't. It's just making everyone overly insecure. And then the people who are interacting with them get scared because they're like, what if I say the wrong thing? And then they get offended because they think that I don't take them serious as a strong, independent woman. Don't nobody got time for this. Can we just live? Like, what is happening, people? Oh my gosh. Aquamarine said, I didn't like the new Gomez. I like the old one. Tevin said, I prefer today's Barbie diversity, different face sculpts and articulation. In older Barbie fashions, I dress some of my natural Lisa's in the old fashions. Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of people think the same. Florida said the blob from Hotel Transylvania. Oh, Lord. Daylight said, Aquamarine, I do too. Most of my dolls are from that era. Our thrift stores used to have 20 to 30 dolls on shelves. Now I rarely see one. Not that I need any. And then Aquamarine said, I agree. Gypsy, I don't understand this. Florida said, can we call for a bit later or tomorrow? Yeah, hit me up tomorrow because we already been in here for 3 hours, which I did not realize. And y'all know we just be getting off on a side tangent, just talking about stuff and kicking it, which I love to do with you guys, but I totally lose track of time. And then when I get off of here, I gotta make dinner and do the rest of my household chores. So I gotta get out of here for real. You just reminded me that I gotta end this. But thank you guys for hanging out with me and for sharing your thoughts with me and for putting up with my candid opinions, because they're not always popular. A lot of people don't like my opinions, and that I'm so adamant. Not even adamant. It's not that I need to. It's just I have no problem just telling people what I think. I don't feel the fear of cancellation, I guess. Maybe I should, but I just don't have that. I don't care. So I'm going to just tell you what I feel, and if you don't like it, well, then keep it moving. If you do like it, then okay. If you don't like it and you don't want to keep it moving, that's fine too. As long as you're not arguing with me about it, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But Tammy said, complex of personality is now to prove who I am. Barbie live action better have great dolls. That's what Florida said. Yeah, so that's just what it is. And I don't have no problem talking about that stuff over here. Also, before I go, I just want to say that I'm really, really, really thinking about doing something true crime related, because I'm so obsessed with true crime and I have so many things that I want to get off my chest about true crime cases and psychology. Like, that's like my other thing that I'm really into, that I don't really get into here and on the Barbie channel, because this don't got nothing to do with that stuff. But I don't want to just do the true crime videos the way that I guess traditionally people are doing them. I want to somehow incorporate dolls into it, and I don't know how to do that. So I'm brewing. I'm like thinking about what I want to do. I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe I could do dressing my dolls, redressing the dolls while I'm telling the story, or having some, I don't know, maybe having dolls on screen instead of me being on screen, because I don't really like being on screen if it's unnecessary. Not because I have a problem being on screen. I'm not shy, you guys. I've been performing my whole life. I'm very comfortable on stage, very comfortable public speaking, but I'm also comfortable talking to myself. But anyway, that's not why. It's just the time consumption of getting ready to be on screen that takes up extra energy and time that I don't feel like being bothered with. So that's why I don't really like to get on camera unless it's absolutely necessary. But other than that, I'm trying to think how I could do this. So if you hear me saying this after this live is over and you're watching it later and you've reached this end of the video way at the end, give me some suggestions, because how could I do that? How could I incorporate true crime but also dolls? And like, you know what I'm saying? And then would I have to start a whole nother channel if I wanted to do that? Or could I make a series over here doing that as like a separate series, totally unrelated to the normal doll stuff that I do? because I know it's gonna attract a bunch of true crime people to the videos, and because there's a bunch of doll stuff here, I wouldn't want for those people to be like, what did I land on? The rest of the videos here have nothing to do with crime, but a lot to do with dolls. You know, that might get confusing. And I also don't want my Barbie audience to be like, why did we start talking about murder cases all of a sudden? I clicked on it because I saw dolls in the thumbnail, and then somehow we started talking about strangling people. Like, what's happening? I don't want to do that either. So I'm thinking, like, should I reenact the story with dolls? Oh my gosh, that might. Oh, dang. See, this is why I be talking to you guys, because y'all are smart. Y'all be coming up with so many good ideas. And I'm like, my real life friends are not like you guys, okay? They're just not. They're just not creative thinkers like y'all. I'm the most creative person in my friend circles in real life. So I love that. I love that idea. How could I do that? Dang, yo, seriously? I like that, gamer dude. I like that. Okay, you've given me some ideas, but yeah, the rest of you guys, if you hear me saying this and something pops in your head where you're like, that might be interesting, or maybe you could incorporate it like this, give me suggestions. I'm open to all of them, even if they seem totally ridiculous. What's more ridiculous than talking about crime and having dolls up on the screen? But makeup in crime is a thing, and it's very popular, and there's all kinds of different formats that people present true crime stories. So, I mean, there's no rule that says it has to be done a specific way. As long as you're being respectful to the victims, I don't see a problem. But there's people that do crime stories while they're cooking food. They're like cooking a recipe and they're talking about crime, and people watch it. It's just a visual stimulation of like looking at something that doesn't have anything to do with what you're talking about, kind of like ASMR, because it's like soothing kind of, because you're talking about topics that are really sensitive. So I feel like the dolls and the beauty of the dolls, I would love to bring dolls to an audience that maybe doesn't even have any clue that there's such a thing as the doll community, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I think that would be interesting to do that. But it's just something I've been thinking about for so long. Like, seriously thinking about it for months now, but vaguely thinking about it for years. And I just have not gotten around to making a move yet because I can't wrap my mind around, I can't organize my thoughts enough for me to figure out what I'm trying to do. But the gist of what I'm trying to do is what I said. Aquamarine said I gotta get back to doing my homework. You got homework. It's great chatting with y'all. And you Gypsy, peace out. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I really appreciate all you guys spending time with me when you do. I know you guys have plenty of other things you could be doing and plenty of other channels you could be hanging out on. So I really appreciate it when I'm saying it specifically for my core live stream crew. Like, y'all know who y'all is, the ones that make it to my live streams, no matter how last minute they are, because sometimes they are. But y'all still be making time to come hang out with us. I know you can't always do it because you guys be busy, but I do appreciate it when you guys chime in and be active in the comments and talking and vibing with me and with each other. So I just want you guys to realize that I do notice, I know who y'all is, and I don't give you guys enough credit and shout outs to really like acknowledge that, but I'm trying to do that here now. So, and those of you who watch afterwards and chime in the comments, really love you guys' take and all the positive comments that I get and the positive comments that you guys leave in general on this channel. I don't take it for granted. I really didn't realize how blessed I am that my viewers here are so positive, because when I go to other adult channels, I hear a lot of times people complaining about their viewers, like attacking them in the comments, talking junk to them in the comments, you know, people coming over just trolling them, being mean to them. And I don't understand why anybody would even do that, but especially if you're already part of the collecting community, like, why would you do that? I do have people doing that to me once in a blue moon, but like I said before, it doesn't have anything to do with my collecting. It's usually because they don't agree with my personal viewpoints on something, so they think that means that they can just attack me because we're all online and somehow they're immune. But I just have really tough skin, so I don't let it bother me, you know what I'm saying? But everybody don't got it like that. So I really do appreciate that the majority of you guys are so positive, so caring, so nurturing, so giving, so just peaceful. And you guys spread that on this channel. And I've always wanted for this channel to stay a safe spot for grown-ups of all colors, all religions, no religion, all genders, all orientations, everybody all over the world to be able to come here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 years. I don't care, whatever amount of time you spend over here. I want you to be able to say what you want to say and not have to worry about being judged because of your love for dolls, whatever your experience is, you know? And I think we've created that, and it's thanks to this community that we've been able to maintain that. So I really appreciate you guys keeping that vibe here. And I just personally appreciate it so much, being able to have that, because even like me telling you guys about my ideas about this true crime thing, like, you know, that's not something I've told anyone. Like, I literally just told Adonis yesterday, and I've been brewing over this thing for months now, and he's my best friend. I tell him everything. So the fact that I feel comfortable even telling you guys that, like, means a lot to me, and I really appreciate that. Daylight said, had a great time sitting here with hubby on his and her TVs. Me and Bluetooth headsets talk about quality time. Thank you, Gypsy, you and everybody make it such fun. Tammy said, I love my dolls. Yeah, we all love our dolls, so that's what brings us all together. But ultimately, I think a lot of us who collect dolls, we're very open, loving, and like just open-minded people who are into connecting with people and sharing experiences and being creative and being artistic. And that's what I think a lot of us have in common, even though we're so different from each other. So I really appreciate that, you know. So thank you for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go. Let me just, I guess I should do my usual and flip this camera around since I'm gonna say bye. I don't know why, but I just feel like you should say bye to a person in person, right? That's just me. I don't know. But anyway, so thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I don't know when I'm gonna go live next, but just keep your notifications on, because I usually post on my community tab. I'll post a thumbnail for whatever the topic's gonna be, so you know what to look for. And then sometimes it's an hour's notice, sometimes it's a day's notice, sometimes it's literally like, I'm gonna go live in the next 30 minutes. Catch you when I catch you, and like that's just what happens. Sometimes there's no notice and I'll just go live because I feel like it. But if you're actually gonna, you know, keep track of the times, then that's the place to go. That's where I post it first, here on YouTube, not on Instagram. Sometimes I don't even post on Instagram that I'm gonna go live here. So YouTube is where you want to be checking the community tab to make sure that you don't miss anything if I have updates. Daylight said, thank you. Okay, I saw that part. Icy Sand said, thank you. Broken Dolly, hi, Icy. And Tam said, true friends to all, thanks. Icy said, I love listening to you talk. Thank you. And we're going to get out of here so I can go make dinner. What am I going to make? I don't know. Okay. Bye, guys. Who wants to say bye? Ione wants to say bye. What a nutter I am. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Anyways, okay. Say bye, Ione. Have a dolly day. Okay, I gotta end it. Press the X.